scared me. Thanks for the sub, bro.
Tier 2.
Tier 2, bro. You've been tatted up. This is not a new tattoo. Alrighty. Got 2 of them. My mouth kind of hurts, but we can do this. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming in. Sit around the floor. Everyone gather around. Put down your phones for 1 minute. My name is Ryan Van Vliet. This is Vleeties. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with us. We got an action-packed event for you here tonight. This isn't a show. This is no longer a podcast. This is an event, damn it. This here is a grade A event, damn it. We are partying already. Kumate's in full 4. Gizak is currently living where the Fiend lives. He's in the cellar. He's in the basement. And we got so much to get to tonight. I want to thank everyone for being here live. This is Quadcast, Facebook, Periscope.
I'm frozen.
No,
yeah.
you keep unfreezing. You freeze, then you unfreeze. I need to make sure that this window that I have of you is constantly moving. It really is like an exercise on my part as well. Like I need to make sure it's like a stick and move operation. I need to make sure that you are constantly in motion. It's like
off this party mode because I'm fucking tripping.
It's like arena football. You can be in motion whenever you want. I just need to make sure that I'm keeping up with it because it's confusing as all hell. And I need to make sure I'm not getting lost in the shuffle. So. You got some. So everyone in the chat is like, he's got tattoos. Yes, Zach has like the entire Sailor Jerry's. Isn't that what it is? You have like every Sailor Jerry's logo in the history of logos all over you. See,
I have
Jack
the word
Sailor Jerry on your
damn hand.
Do you still drink Sailor Jerry's? Let's start off with this. My name is Ryan Van Vliet. He's Zach. Do you drink Sailor Jerry's still?
On occasion, not every night like I used to.
So yeah, we went kind of.
I still ask for the discount every time though. I say, hey, do I get the Sailor Jerry's discount?
Yeah, I used to work there, and like what? Like yeah, I was a brand ambassador. Were you? I mean, look at me. Yeah, I'm selling more of it than you are just by me being in here with these tats, bro. Because I remember we mixed it with Cactus Cooler. That was my favorite concoction of the Sailor Jerry's was with Cactus Cooler. Now I don't think people. Now I live in Texas. I don't think I've seen Cactus Cooler in forever. So you live in Utah. Do they have it there?
Dude, now that you mention it, I haven't seen Cactus Cooler in a long time.
It's a thing in California, I guess. It's only a thing in like Death Valley, like the Western Desert, California. Like once you get into like Victorville, that's where Cactus Cooler starts and ends, depending on which way you're going. So yeah, I don't think it's a thing anywhere else except there. But when you mix that with Sailor Jerry's, it was outstanding.
Ooh, dude. Mwah, mwah.
My mother's cactus cooler, mwah, mwah, and Sailor Jerry's, mwah. Well, let's start Red Pill real quick, right off the bat. I know we wanted to talk about video games, but Red Pill happened, bro. And everybody's talking about a stimulus that I'm providing. This is the stimulus, bros. And by the way,
Red Pill.
Yeah, get your Red Pill lighting. I need to get a Red Pill light too. I should just be dark. Just make the whole thing. I could probably actually.
We're DEF CON.
Yeah, I could actually probably make my entire screen red. It would just take some time to figure it out, and I really shouldn't take the time to do that. But I'm gonna do it as we speak. No, I'm not gonna do it. So I have a question, Zach. What is a careerist? Is that a word you're familiar with? A careerist?
Not that I'm familiar with, but I'm assuming it's a career-long politician. That's all that they've ever done.
Well, now when they say politician, that's very interesting. That's interesting that's where your head went first. Real quick, Ultimate Warrior, Kyler Murray is going to destroy the Dallas Cowboys defense. He's not wrong. I'm a Cowboy. I live here in Dallas. I know what's going to happen. In AT&T Stadium, where the Cowboys were really excited about having 3 straight home games, they're about to lose their second one of this homestand. So, yeah, I can definitely agree with you that Kyler Murray's going to do some serious damage. Because, in fact, our ever more radicalized progressives do on some level believe that interracial adopting is wrong, that Catholics are Stone Age barbarians, and that women should either man up or shut up. Those aren't outlandish exaggerations or straw men. They are necessary consequences of the Democrats' explicit first principles. It is, of course, amusing to see publications like Slate perform veritable backflips of hypocrisy, calling Barrett a shameless careerist for having the audacity to work while being a mom. But it is far more telling that Democrats actually can't attack Amy Coney Barrett without being hypocritical unless they want to give their own putrid game away. Now, the reason I use the word careerist, because I've never heard that word before, isn't it like the new fun way of saying feminist, but like in a bad way? Like, because they can't call her a feminist. Nobody can call Amy Coney Barrett a feminist. So like, okay, she's a strong woman. She has a great career. She's a judge. She's got all these children. She's good looking. You know what? She's a shameless careerist. Is that the new phrase? Because the English language is changing every day. We're going to get to that in a second. But is that what careerist is? Is that just the new modern way to say, you dumb feminist? Is that what they're trying to do to her?
I guess so. I don't get the party who wants to open daycares but not schools so that people can go back to work when and complain about a mom who's working.
I guess because maybe public schools, it's public and you can blame the government for that. Where it's like, I take my son to a Montessori and it's like, well, it's private. They can't do that. That's religious, damn it. Vince McMahon impression. Teddy, if you're looking for a fella to fight him, I'll fight him. Yeah, that should be on there, Nathan. Well, I'm pretty sure I added to the sound alerts. I think I made it. I think I only made it 25 bits too, so it should be happening. Shout out Kanye West, the 46th president of the United States. Kanye West actually released a campaign ad. Now, I did vote today, Zach. I went to the polling booth at the Carrollton Public Library of Denton County, and I did not see Kanye's name on my ballot. So I don't know where he's running. I don't know why he didn't think he could win Texas, but he wasn't on that ballot. Is he really only running in California, Illinois, like a couple states where he's trying to steal votes from?
It's not on purpose. He missed the deadline on a lot of them.
Oh, because even Ticks for Life is saying write-ins. And I could have wrote him in. I saw that there was a big write-in bubble. Like, it was almost like encouraging. Like, I understand why 16,000 Americans wrote Harambe 4 years ago. Because it's like it was like the biggest part of my ballot was write-in. We know we've given you 4 options. You don't want any of these guys. Who are you going to pick? So I was like shocked. I was like, that's the biggest thing on this whole ballot. So real quick, the reason I bring up a shameless careerist, a term I've never heard, is because it's a term that I used on Tuesday has now been changed, has now been confirmed that it's not the way you're supposed to say it. Because Amy Coney Barrett, slip of the tongue or just ignorance, she used the term sexual preference when talking about the LGBTQ plus community. Now, I say LGBTQ plus now because I continuously evolve. it's also wrong to just say LGBTQ. You have to throw that plus to show that there's more than what
is the plus?
The plus is everything, man. It's like Hulu Plus. There used to be free Hulu, which just had like shows that aired. You get to watch them the next day and like for the next 5 days. Then Hulu Plus came out, where you can watch the entire series of Friday Night Lights in one weekend. Parts made in Japan. Ayako is correcting me. It's LGBTQIA plus. Vleeties, you bigot. That's true. So yeah, I see. I even missed the I and the A, because the A is the ally. Because for some reason, even if you're not gay, even if you're not bi or transgender or questioning, or isn't the Q for queer, which I was like, I thought it was questioning which gender you are. I is intergender, where you have like multiple. Gender fluid is a thing. Pansexuals are a thing. And Kevin is correcting Ayako. That's the graphics card that I have. I actually have the LGBTQIA plus graphics card to keep the show rolling. But
the processor in your phone.
Yeah. I actually have the iPhone LGBTQIA plus. So mainly, I use the phrase sexual preference this past Tuesday. Now, do you remember this? Like, I said it, and I even tried it in my head. I said, "Is it preference or orientation? Am I allowed to say preference?" Like, I even said that. Like, in my head, I was like, "Oh shit, you probably can't use the term sexual preference anymore." Do you remember when I said that?
I mean, I get there should be used for both. Like, sexual preference is what you like, and sexual orientation is what you identify as, which I don't agree with. But in their terms, that's what it should be.
Well, and the argument is, so I was corrected. I wasn't corrected, but Amy Coney Barrett was corrected. ACB was corrected with it's an offensive term used by anti-LGBTQIA plus, not communities, but just movements, anti-movements. If anti-fascist is Antifa, is anti-gay Antiga. So for Antiga, they're all out here saying sexual preference. But really it's orientation, because there is no choice. You're born that way. That's the way you feel. That's the way your heart or your whatever, your butterflies only go this way. So now I was listening to some other arguments where it's like, no, it's still sexual preference, because your sexual preference can always be evolving. Say you're a heterosexual man, but you start to get interested in other things that might lean more towards homosexual man, and not saying that this is homosexual, but say you get really heavily into butt play. That doesn't mean you're not straight anymore, but your sexual preferences are constantly evolving. And then there was also your sexual preferences can go from, say you've lived as a man your entire life, but you've always wanted to be a female. And then you have the gender reassignment surgery. You become a woman, which you've always felt that you've been. Now, does your sexual preference change? Because you used to be gay. You were a man who liked other men. Now you're a female who likes men. So aren't you technically straight now? Isn't that showing that your preference can be fluid, or, and in the chat, Broken Freaking Neck has hit me with the truth, pansexual means you like men, women, trans people, undecided, whatever. Pansexual means you're unbelievably horny and there's nothing going to stop you, because once you get the nut, you have that moment of clarity and you're done. So I'm just wondering, what are your, am I crazy here? Like, am I crazy here saying that
you're right.
Yeah, it's still a preference.
Dude, go find there. I guarantee if you talk to every gay person in the world, there's a large percentage that used to like women and then had sex with a man for the first time. They're like, I probably like this more. But I say I prefer to have sex with women, so that would be my preference, preferably my wife.
Yeah, I prefer sex with a woman, but if a man slips in, I'm not going to freak out, right? That's a preference. No, so and you never know. And yeah, that's so the fact that they're slamming her for using this term sexual preference over sexual orientation is just another like they were sitting there waiting like, what can we do? And it took to the point where Merriam-Webster had to change the definition of preference. Like they actually went into the dictionary and switched what the definition meant, because they had to include like can be used as gay slander or libel or whatever. Like you can't say this about a gay person's sexual orientation. You know, it's a sexual orientation. I got a Vince McMahon impression. Yeah, this shit way too normal. Y'all know I might suck the crew. Big round ass. Most of these boys don't have a clue. Yeah, that's thank you, Ayako, for the Vince McMahon impression. And then,
well, I just changed.
Hold on, Ultimate Warrior.
This guy. Oh,
Mayonnaise colored Benz. I push miracle whips. Kanye West. Great quote, great poetry. Dakota's talking about my Pokemon shirt. I rocked this to the polling booth today.
classic.
Yeah. I wore it to the polling booth. Everyone thought I was voting for Biden, I'm sure.
Did you hear that there's dress code for when you vote now?
I didn't hear that there was dress code. I just always assume that it's like, if they're going to be taking pictures or anything, I'm pretty sure they want you to be adhering to a certain dress code. Luckily for me, I voted at a library, so I went with library dress code. Everyone was dressed pretty okay. I mean, I was wearing, let's go inside. I was wearing khaki shorts and a Pokemon shirt and some Adidas. So I was dressed like a badass. I wasn't wearing a hat today. No hat today. Since I have the short hair, I haven't rocking very many hats. Plus, the Angels suck. So all my hats are Angels hats normally.
All Angels.
Yeah, they're mostly Angels hats. And I have, plus I was voting, so I didn't want to tip off the other voters. Like, if I was wearing an Angels hat, they would all assume,
Come on, catch the buzz, feel the
thank
sting.
you for the host, sticks for life. Yeah, if they saw the Pokemon shirt and the Angels hat, they're like, this fucking guy, go back to California, you piece of shit. Out here voting for Biden and what have you. Out here voting for not John Cornyn. Because I actually did minimal research on all the other people on the ballot. I voted for one libertarian, and that wasn't who I voted for president. Jo Jorgensen. You know, Jo was great. Her vice presidential nominee is what lost me. Spike Cohen is a madman, and I wasn't going to support that guy. So I voted. I did the Railroad Commission needs a new leader or whatever. So I voted for the Libertarian on that because I liked his Twitter. I was like, you know what? This guy gets it, man. I'm voting for this guy. I love what this guy's all about. So I voted for one Libertarian person. I hope he wins. By me voting,
If you were looking for a fella to fight him, I'll fight him.
I'll fight him. Thank you, Nathan Weller. You will fight him. And we might need to do some fighting as well because hashtag TWEXIT is becoming very, very real right now. It's turning into a new leaf. Vleeties can vote libertarian, and I can't even say that word. JT, you're a libertarian and you own it. All right? You can vote libertarian.
You don't vote asterisk.
Asterisk. Yeah, see?
Oh, you got it. There you
asterisk. I've been practicing. I've been walking around my apartment saying asterisk.
And I love kids jumping on my lap.
Thank you, Ayako. And that should be the ultimate reason why you're not voting for that guy, but I know everybody is already, so it's fine. There were a lot of people probably there voting for Biden. And, I was texting one of our friends today, and, he did the mail-in ballot, and, yeah, obviously he was going to vote for Biden. I think a lot of people are. I really do. And that's why I wanted to go out, and I had that heroes thing of I'm going to vote for change, and we're going to get a third party to get more than 15% of the national vote. And then I had that realization that Trump doesn't have this in the bag, dude.
We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Thank you, Ayako. He's not wrong. Maybe we should vote for him. I know I have not watched his town hall yet, but apparently he brings out a note card to give stats on the Trump tax plan and how he's going to change it to his tax plan, which I don't necessarily disagree with. I mean, I think it's funny that they're not allowed to have any materials with them. Like if instead of doing a town hall, I would have done a PowerPoint presentation. Vleeties for president, and then I would have
That's a fucking good idea, man.
God,
why don't they do that?
They're out there, which is okay. Ask me questions that I'm already prepared for, and we'll go from there. I don't know why they do that. I would absolutely have a chalkboard or something behind me, and I would say the Biden tax plan. Stay along with me. I have my clicker. Here we go. Click right here. $400,000. If you make more than that, your taxes are going
You're
up.
fucked.
You are fucked. You're either going to leave this country or you're going to pay more taxes.
If you were looking for a fella to fight him, I'll fight him.
I'll fight him.
I'll fight him.
That would have been me at the Biden town hall tonight in Pennsylvania.
You also need the laser pointer though if you're going to do that.
Yeah, you know what? I saw one at Dollar Tree and I almost bought it. I was like, how can I incorporate this into my podcast? There was no way. I couldn't think of a way to
see this star right here over my shoulder.
50 stars and 13 bars. That's all I would have showed you guys with my laser pointer. So Zach, you're new to the Twitter game, I believe. You don't.
Get a look
Greatness. Nathan Weather says, DeAndre Hopkins. There's no game happening right now, is there? I was like even looking for scores today. I was like, there's no Thursday Night Football.
Shit, is there?
Because of the pandemic. I thought all the games were like canceled. Or because of the town hall.
I hope so, because I didn't check.
But Twitter and Facebook are out of control with their censorship. I've already stopped using Google. You know, I've even stopped using the phrase "I'm going to Google it." I am all about getting rid of relying on Google for everything in our lives, which it seems like all of America does. Now I use DuckDuckGo, which for all I know they use Google, but I use DuckDuckGo. I have a Brave browser. All that is where I'm getting all my information. Nathan says, if I shave my head, he will get my vote. And then JT says, if that people should vote for me, he will make your brown eye blue. That is what I do, my friend. And it did work for Jesse the Body. So Twitter and Facebook have it out of control. So what do you know about this Hunter Biden story? Do you know much? Like, I only know, I went in this week. I was like, I'm not going to do any politics. And then I just was like, all day, I listened to 3 episodes of the Matt Walsh show. I listened to 3 episodes of the Michael Knowles show. I listened to a little Crenshaw. I got so red-pilled today. I don't know why. And then as I took a nap, because I had a toothache, right? I took a nap on an ice pack. And I fell asleep listening to Michael Knowles. And I just woke up feeling so red-pilled. So what do you know about Hunter Biden and his dealings with China?
I only saw the headline. I did what you were trying to do. I just been so fucking busy. I'm still moving into my damn house, but I saw there's proof he leveraged his dad's position for more money or something. I don't know, what was it?
Something like that. So the New York Post is the culprit. The New York Post is the one who posts this story that is getting everybody removed from the internet. I mean, this got Kayleigh McEnany taken down. This got
not McEnany.
Kayleigh McEnany was taken out for a little bit. James Woods was taken down. Dude, I mean, this was a huge deal because it really was a huge suppression. Like, we talk about voter suppression. This is the biggest example of free speech suppression I think I've ever seen as far as sharing a news story. I remember when I tried to share the Officer Tatum storyline on Facebook with everybody, like, here's the police report. Facebook would not let you post that story on Twitter. It would not let you post it on Facebook. It had the URL as something that was unpostable. So you weren't allowed to do it. You had to take a screenshot and post it. That was the only way to get the link out there. So yeah, and that's what's odd is, like, to me, that's weird. Like, there's all these other fake news stories that are out there. You know, the Donald Trump Charlottesville, he called the white supremacists very fine people, which never happened. He condemned the white supremacists and the neo-Nazis. They should be condemned totally. He even used totally. Like, nobody uses that word unless they're super serious. So the New York Post posted this story. Emails reveal how Hunter Biden tried to cash in big on behalf of family with a Chinese firm. So this was posted this morning. So the other news story, I think, with the Ukraine was posted yesterday or the day before. But this is just one of the stories that's not allowed to be shared via social media. So Hunter Biden pursued lucrative deals involving China's largest private energy company, including one that he said would be interesting for me and my family. One email sent to Biden on May 13th, 2017 with the subject line, expectations included details of what is this word here? Remuneration packages? Remuneration? I don't even know what that word means. This is smart guy shit. For 6 people involved with unspecified business venture, Biden was identified as the chair/vice chair, depending on agreement with the CEFC, and the parent reference to the former Shanghai-based conglomerate CEFC China Energy Co.
See, that's fucking, whoever wrote this article, it's remuneration. It means fucking money paid for work or services.
I know, exactly. Just payment plan.
Come on. You went to, this is what your college education paid for. You had your fucking hoity-toity vocabulary.
Remuneration.
Just put a fucking bribe.
Yeah, he got bribed. Provisional agreement under which 80% of the equity or shares of the new company would be split equally among 4 people whose initials correspond to the sender and 3 recipients with H, apparently referring to Biden. So they have the emails here. So this is the stuff that's not allowed to be posted on Twitter. We're live on Facebook tonight. Hi. We're live on Periscope, owned by Twitter. But again, yeah, it just shows how, it shows the agreement and how it's broken down and how they're going to distribute the money or the percentages as follows. It lists Biden, Hunter. It lists his shares. And this is one of those things where, and this is where it gets muddy for everybody. This is why Facebook this is what they're using as plausible deniability. The email is contained in a trove of data that the owner of a computer repair shop in Delaware said was recovered from a MacBook Pro laptop that was dropped off in April 2019 and never retrieved. The computer was seized by the FBI, so FBI is involved on this, and copies of its contents were made by the shop owner, shared with this post and the former mayor Rudy Giuliani. So again, this is a story that's not allowed to be posted. It needs to be kept secret. But this is Hunter Biden's computer, because guess what kind of photos they find? And that's why Facebook is trying to say this is misinformation. We're not sure whose laptop this thing actually was. How many laptops have this photo on it? This is his laptop. This is him. There's no reason why we should pretend that it's not him anymore.
Been Boaz
for a long time. Whichever on gas. What is up? Thank you so much for the follow here on twitch.tv/RealVleeties. This is an awesome picture of him smoking a cigarette. Looks like he's fresh out of The Walking Dead. He's killing it. Hunter Biden, thank you for your time. We're being hosted. This is great. Nathan
Does
Weller.
he do fucking meth? Why does he look like that?
Yes, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked, because there is a picture of him with a meth pipe in his mouth in this news article. Spoiler alert. Another email sent by Hunter Biden on August 2nd involved a deal that he struck with a since vanished chairman of CEFC, Ye Jingming, for half ownership of a holding company that was expected to provide Biden with more than $10 million a year. This guy's making money hand over fist from these Chinese deals. Ye, who had ties with the Chinese military and an intelligence service, hasn't been since being taken into custody by Chinese authorities in early 2018, and the CEFC went bankrupt earlier this year, according to reports. So this is the smoking gun email reveals how Hunter Biden introduced Ukrainian businessman. This is the one I want to watch next, because this is the story that got everybody taken down. You know what? Let's hit play on it now. What do we got? What are we doing? Okay, that was interesting that it was loading, but also playing the song. So the Post has obtained email chains reveal that Hunter Biden introduced his dad, where Hunter served on the board of directors while Joe Biden was vice president. This goes deep. While Joe Biden hasn't been adamant that he's ever spoken with Hunter overseas business dealings. This is the fastest thing. One message was allegedly sent by Vadim Pozharsky, reported to be the top exec for the advertiser board in April 2015. So here's the message. I hope they show it. This is the email, bro. This is it. This is the smoking gun. Dear Hunter, thank you for inviting me to DC and giving an opportunity to meet your father and spend some time together. I'm reading this verbatim, people listening on the podcast. This is what the email says. It's realty, an honor and pleasure. As we spoke yesterday evening, and would be great to meet today for a quick coffee. What do you think? I could come to your office somewhere around noon or so, before or on my way to the airport. Best, V. And this is vposharsky.ukraine@gmail.com. So say what you will. It is a Gmail. This is possible. This is some sort of hacking fake scenario. But again, even if it's not, look at Hunter Biden in association with these people. And I love this email too. hbiden@rosemontseneca.com. Dear Hunter, thank you for inviting me to the DC to meet your father. Another message was allegedly sent by the same individual in May 2014, asking Hunter for advice on how you could use your influence to benefit the company. So again, Hunter Biden is the son of Joe Biden, who was the vice president, or in 2014, he was the vice president. Thank you, math. Yeah, he was the vice president. So already people in Ukraine are using Hunter Biden as a resource for support from the United States. So all of this false flag stuff that we've heard about Donald Trump being in bed.
This is
not good. Oh boy. You are right, Zach. This is not good. Oh boy. And absolutely, yeah. How can you use this for the benefit of the company? I mean, this is them explicitly reaching out. This guy's in their pockets, and how can they use them to their benefit? The emails are just a portion of the data that has been recovered from the laptop that was dropped at a repair shop in 2019, which we already brought up. This is him smoking a cigarette. So this is him. Now for podcasters, this is the photo of him laying in a bathtub covering his nipples with a cigarette in his mouth. Also included are pictures of Hunter and there's a video on the laptop of him smoking crack while engaging in a sexual act, which is impressive. He's doing all kinds. His sexual preference is to be in a bathtub covering his own nips. I wonder why they gave it to Rudy Giuliani, which is like in Delaware. I mean, I don't understand how that's all connected. Steve Bannon, who looks a lot like Rob Ryan, alerted the Post to the existence of the drive, and it is provided to the Post by Giuliani on Sunday. And our next video.
I thought Steve Bannon was a piece of shit.
Well, you know what? He looks great in this photo to me. I don't know Steve Bannon. You're talking of Dannon, and they make subpar yogurt. I think that's what you're referring to. But yeah, my understanding is that the original agreement with the director was for consulting fees based on instructions, a loan rate of $10 million per year. Wow, yowie wowie.
Yowie wowie.
So it looks like Robert Biden is saying that the director was consulting for fees of $10 million per year with a guarantee of 3 years, so $30 million. The chairman changed the deal after we met in Miami to much more lasting and lucrative agreement to create a holding company 50% owned by me and 50% owned by him. Consulting fees is more than one piece of income stream, but the reason the proposal by the chairman was so much more interesting to me and my family, Robert Biden says, is that we would also be partners in the equity and profits of the JV's investments. Hence, I assume the reason for the discussion today is what's made clear to you, blah, 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 blah. So again, the Biden family is involved in this entire process. It's not, look at, I mean, even here's an awesome diagram that was drawn for us. A photo dated August 1st, 2017 shows a handwritten flow chart. See? Oh my God. See? Hudson West, all right? It's owned by 50% the monochrome chairman.
You draw that when you're high on meth.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I need to understand what this guy's trying to tell me. Hudson West is going to be owned 50% by me, Hunter Biden, and 50% by the chairman. I love that. Chairman. Like ominous. It seems like an episode of Daredevil. But again, credit cards issued against the account were used by Hunter and his uncle James and James's wife Sarah Biden to purchase more than $100,000 worth of extravagant items, including airline tickets, multiple items at the Apple Inc. stores, pharmacies, hotels, and restaurants. The company...
This seems like straight out of House of Cards. Like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to get these fucked up pictures of Joe Biden's son that are real, but then we're going to put these fake emails on here that show he's a big piece of shit. And we're going to leave it at this repair shop and never pick it up.
Never pick it up. And then
we're going to give that guy a hint like, hey, maybe you should copy this and you should send it to Rudy Giuliani.
Attorney engagement letter, identification of parties. This agreement is made by Robert Hunter Biden, Esquire, and Mr. Patrick Ho, the Deputy Chairman and Secretary General of China Energy Fund Committee. Compensation. Client will pay attorney for legal services provided under his agreement as follows. Retainer and consideration for the services to be performed by the attorney. The client, Mr. Ho, agrees to pay the attorney the sum of, what is that, $1 million as a retainer at the time of execution of this agreement. So Patrick Ho, by the way, also served a 3-year prison sentence and was deported to Hong Kong in June. So Biden's lawyer, the Joe Biden campaign, what's this name? Gilly or Dong? I don't even know who that is.
So he was on a $10 million a year consulting fee. Is there anybody that you like? If you wanted to become the best podcaster in the world, would you pay somebody $10 million? Is there anybody in the world you'd pay $10 million to do that for?
No, well, and I also, if you are paying a consultant, it's kind of, I maybe this is a normal thing, but a 3-year deal is the other part of it. Like you kind of figure, you kind of figure consultants.
It's supposed to be hourly. Like it's at least termed shorter.
Or even a short
6 months, a year.
A short-term contract. Like, you know what I mean?
Patrick
like
Mahomes.
Yeah, exactly. This is what Dak Prescott didn't want. He didn't want a 3-year deal. He wanted more years, but it's still like this is the LeVeon Bell deal. They're giving a running back 4 years and a lot of money, and they're like, why are we doing this again? I'm a running back by committee guy. I like Frank Gore. Like that's what they're doing. Like this is the Adam Gase policy. Joe Biden is kind of the Adam Gase of presidential nominees, and that's the biggest burn I think I've ever said about Joe Biden. Biden advised.
Guess what? If you elect me, you're not going to have your taxes are going to be raised, not cut.
Thank you, Zach. Exactly.
Boom.
They're going to be raised, not cut. Biden advisors. So this is also the New York Post. This was posted today as well. This was posted a couple hours ago. But Biden advisors cannot rule out a meeting with Ukrainian energy executives. So this is the other, like, the gun just stays smoking, bro. Bullets aren't coming out, but it's smoking.
Fire.
You can't stop it.
I'm changing to blue pill over here.
Let's get blue.
We're
Senior
blue.
advisors to Joe Biden reportedly cannot rule out that the former vice president and Democratic White House hopeful met with a top Ukrainian energy executive despite carefully worded rebuttals from his campaign. So people have been working with Joe Biden, since he was with Obama, and nobody can really confirm nor deny that these meetings took place. Michael Carpenter and Amos Hochstein, who worked for Joe Biden when he was the vice president in 2015, told Politico, one of our favorite sites, that they couldn't definitively state that their boss was never approached by Vadim Posarski. So they couldn't say that.
That means he was.
Yeah.
I mean,
Look,
for everybody out there, if you're not clear, that means he was.
we can't say that it never happened, but it
But we
could
don't-
have happened, and maybe we just.
Maybe
Maybe we
I don't
weren't
know.
there that day. I had a few days where I had to take some time off, but they can't say whether it happened or not. Burisma, formerly employed by Biden's son Hunter, in a lucrative board position. Which one's Burisma? Oh, the energy company. Emails obtained by the Post from a hard drive that allegedly once belonged to Hunter indicate that he was thanked by Posarski for the introduction. And yeah, I mean, it's been, that email said, "Thank you for letting me meet your dad. Your dad's a kick-ass dude. I'm glad that he came and said hi to everybody during the slumber party. Real cool dad." But yeah, Carpenter and Hochstein, who served as the then vice president at the time they claim to Politico they never heard of Posarski. So they said they've never heard of Posarski, but now they're saying on the official schedules.
And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Exactly.
You're talking about him staying over, so the kids were jumping.
The
on his
kids were
lap.
jumping on his lap. And in carefully worded
Everybody's
statement,
having fun.
Biden's White House campaign has said that the introduction does not appear on any official schedules for the would-be president. So out of all so everyone's day planner did not have that meeting on there. So let's just put that to rest right now. So
It wasn't in the BlackBerry, so it never happened.
And the main reason I bring this up and why this is so frustrating to me is because, like I said, James Woods got his Twitter account deleted. Kayleigh McEnany got her
They got deleted?
deleted. Suspended, deleted, say what you will. At Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, kind of came out and was like, "Look, we're so sorry for the way we handled this." It was really like the BP South Park thing. We're sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry. Like, that's all it was. They weren't really sorry. They were just saying that they were sorry. And look, I have Twitter locks. News organizations, U.S. officials, reporters, and celebrities for sharing the bombshell Biden story. Far left Twitter suspended the accounts of news organizations, as I just read, because everyone was sharing this Burisma story everywhere. Because kind of a big deal. If this came from a laptop with pictures of Hunter Biden smoking crack on it, it's probably pretty legit. Twitter's
honestly, that's one of the biggest things that scares me is these companies, and it's one of the few times where I would agree with big government is dude, they need some fucking regulation. If they're gonna do this shit, they cannot have the freedom to do whatever they want because they are influencing everything.
Well, and
they can tell you what news you're going to see, then they can tell you whatever they want.
Well, and that's why you have to pay for your own news. I'm sorry, people, you really do. Like, I subscribe to the Daily Wire because I trust them as a news source. They show me video evidence. They post links to full things, so I actually watch the entire speech and not just, they were very fine people.
Even that, like, I totally agree, and I think it's just a conservative, I don't know, fundamental, if you want to call it, is like we care about the facts. It's, reporting as it should be. Like, I don't see the solution to it because, like, the last thing you want to do is give the news over to the government because I was in a place where the government owns the news and there was a fucking coup and there was no news anymore.
It already is, though. That's what's sad. It already is owned by the government. Bill Clinton signed that media, like, I forget what it was, but I should have that looked up and ready to go as far as one of my arguments that I use all the time. But Bill Clinton signed it so that the news media was almost owned by the government. And what the problem is, like, so this story goes viral. I mean, obviously it goes viral because it's a huge story. Everyone's been throwing false flags about how Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin have tea together every Wednesday. That's not a thing that's like, I still hear from people, Trump's in bed with Russia. Trump's in bed with Russia. And now here we have a story where Biden's in bed with the Ukraine. Biden's in bed with China. And all that gets shut down. It gets shut down. And PolitiFact, because you brought up what do we have to do to kind of make sure that real news is getting put out there? Well, PolitiFact, they're the ones who said, we can't confirm that he didn't meet with them. So that allows Twitter to then say, and Facebook with their fact checkers, to go, look, Politico couldn't confirm it. They would not rule out the possibility that the former vice president had some formal interaction with them. So since it can't be confirmed, we can't let you post it. Now that's never happened with the very fine people. That's never happened with that. That's never happened with the injecting bleach. Like all these other little like phrases that Trump says that people take out of context and put it on a poster board. Like none of that stuff gets corrected. I mean, I see all the time people still talking about the very fine people. Joe Biden says that's the only reason he's running for president is because Donald Trump called white supremacists very fine people, which never happened. And there should have been a fact check on his post. Misinformation, Trump had said this about this, but they don't do that. They only go after conservative media. And this story goes viral. The story goes big. And then the only reaction is to attack the people posting it and suppressing, look at this. Here, let's do this. Breaking. Jack has locked down the account of Real James Woods. The censorship is out of control. # free James. Hi, James Woods. Your account at Real James Woods has been locked for violating Twitter rules, specifically for violating our rules against the distribution of hacked media. Now, that's the other thing. Hacked media. Remember like 2 weeks ago, you and I were live and we had the Melania tapes that were leaked? Like there's all these things that are hacked media that get released. And the Billy Bush tape of Trump saying, I'm going to grab him right in the pussy. Like all this stuff is leaked it's hacked, whatever it may be. All that stuff gets distributed by like wildfire. That stuff trends. # Melania tapes. Like all that stuff trends like publicly on Twitter, and it's promoted by Twitter. It's in the little bar on the side. # Melania tapes. There should be a # Hunter Biden on the side. But for some reason, since it's hacked material, you're not allowed to post that, which is absolutely outstanding. The Trump War Room had to put this statement out. Breaking. Twitter has locked the personal account of White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany for sharing news Democrats don't like. Your account has been blocked, or has been locked, Kayleigh McEnany. What happened? We have determined this for violating Twitter's rules, specifically for violating our rules against distribution of hacked material. We do not permit the use of our services to directly distribute content obtained through hacking that contains private information, may put people in physical harm or danger, or contain trade secrets. So when we say hacked material, If you drop a laptop off, if you drop a
That's
laptop,
not fucking hacked. Nobody brute forced your password. No Russian cracked your computer.
a laptop
You
was
fucking
dropped off
left
at a
it
place
somewhere.
and was never picked up, and the FBI was handed this laptop, and they didn't hack into the laptop. They just shared the story with the New York Post to make sure it got into the hands of a news organization that would post this information, that would post this story, and it's astonishing to me. So we lose James Woods, we lose Kaylee McEnany, we lost Andrew Kerr. He tweeted a screenshot from the New York Post story disputing the possibility of Hunter emails being a hack. So he went in a little deeper than we all did. I don't even know if I could share this anymore. It's probably been taken down. But on the Daily Caller, we had this put up. This shows that it wasn't hacked material. The laptop was, I mean, look, here's labor for the laptop. All of it's copacetic. There's no reason to consider this hacked material. So
Who's
why?
it signed for by though?
Triple H.
Who's that
I think that's Triple H.
signature?
I think it's Hunter Hearst Helmsley. But again, all of this stuff, what happened? We've determined you violated Twitter rules. Distribution of hacked material. So Twitter's been calling this hacked material, and that's why we're not allowed to share it. But you and I just confirmed that how was this hacked material? None of this was hacked material. This was all obtained by some guy leaving a laptop. And it's just proof that when all of my liberal friends talk about conspiracy theories, it's like, well, this isn't a conspiracy theory. This is happening.
If you're looking for a fella to fight him,
I'll
I'll
fight him.
fight him.
I'll fight them. You go get the hackers. Who took
fuck
my
these
laptop? That's my laptop. Somebody hacked into it. This is not cool, bros. Like, I'm just astonished that Twitter is able to get away with something like that. But, hey, we're all still on Twitter. We're not going away. No need. We all love Twitter. Let's keep it going. Moving on to some lighter fare. I have a joke for you, Zach. That is Clyde Edwards hilarious, my friend.
Oh.
LeVeon Bell joins the Kansas City Chiefs on a one-year contract. As we stated on Tuesday, the New York Jets didn't want LeVeon Bell. They never did. Why would you want a top 10 running back on your team? Like, why would you need that? How am I going to build an offense around a supremely talented running back? Why would I even try and do that? That's stupid. I would never do that. So now, in kind of a shocking move, Kansas City they didn't release the terms of the pact yet. Adam Schefter is saying that it's a one-year deal. It's probably nowhere near the money he was going to make in New York. I mean, what was he making? I mean, $52 million over 4 years. He was getting, insane money to be a running back. But why Kansas City? Doesn't that strike you as odd? That for some reason Kansas City is picking up another one of these, because they did the same thing with Shady McCoy. They went and got LaShawn McCoy either last year or the year before, where it's like, we just need another one of these talented running backs. Why do that? How do you think it affects Le'Veon Bell, and how do you think it affects Clyde Edwards-Helaire?
I don't think it. I don't know. I don't know why you would go there, and I don't know why. I definitely don't know why the Chiefs would do that. Like, I get, like, oh, you guys have a lot of weapons, but, like, at some point, you can have only fucking 11 guys on the field. That's all you can do. So, I don't know. Le'Veon is, to me, like, let's jump on the train. Here we go.
It could be,
Let's
yeah.
go back to the Super Bowl. Like, a lot of people that sign with the Patriots, but I don't know. I mean, unless they, how much did they sign him for?
It's not, at least it has, I haven't seen it yet. I don't think it's been released. But the Patriots, to me, makes more sense. I mean, I know they have like a plethora of running backs that they use on whatever week they want. But if you're bringing in a guy mid-season who can help you out in the postseason, this is the guy right here. So I don't understand why
like,
he
the
wouldn't go there.
Patriots have a plethora, but there's no standout. Like, you're not a starter on Kansas City, period.
He's not. He's going to be behind Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And even Damian Williams is a pretty solid running back. So now they're putting a third guy into this mix, and I don't understand the need or the rush to go get this guy as your now if they got him for $1 million, then yeah, you're right. He's just going to win a Super Bowl. He doesn't care about playing time. He just wants to make a couple big plays and shine. Like, remember Chad Johnson joined the Patriots for a season just trying to capture that ring. And that could be what's happening here, is he's just going into this team trying to get a championship. I just think it's odd that the Chiefs were the ones to really reach out and go, you know what we need? We need another running back, baby. Like, and they went. I mean, you watch what happened to them against Oakland. It's like, if you're going to go out and get somebody, why not get another defensive back to stop a guy like Henry Ruggs from going downfield? Why not go out and
DB who's going to cover somebody?
Yeah, get one of those guys. There's no need to go get another running back. I mean, to me, I think that's kind of an odd decision and an odd choice. And I think, and everyone's kind of worried about the fantasy effect for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I don't think it hurts him. I don't think it hurts him at all. I think his value stays exactly where it's at. Maybe it'll hurt him towards the end of the season, but I don't see LeVeon Bell stepping in, coming the number one back, taking all the touches. There's no need. And yeah, even Kevin in the chat says the Pats don't need this guy clogging up the rotation, because they do have so many guys. They do. I mean, Sony Michel's been hurt, and they're still figuring it out with all these running backs they're throwing out there. They had that rookie that rushed for 100 yards out of nowhere. Nathan Weller says I should trade Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah, drop him. You don't need him.
Not even trade him. Yeah, let's just drop him. I'm not even going to trade him. And then Kevin says this 2020 running backs are irrelevant. He's not wrong. It does seem like a lot of teams are kind of like, running back.
That's because Christian McCaffrey and fucking Saquon's out for the year, and Christian's not playing right now.
And even
once they come back, then you see what a real running back does.
Well, and even bell cows like Joe Mixon, who's like the number one running back, or even Ezekiel Elliott, the number one running back. They're not dominating like you kind of hope they would. Like, whenever I think of those running backs, I want to have another year of like Marshall Faulk. I want to have some of that stuff. And Nathan Weller says, Vleeties, you have Kenyon Drake. That's all you need. I do have Kenyon Drake. And I'm riding that till the wheels fall off. I don't care how many touches Chase Edmonds is starting to steal from Kenyon Drake. Kenyon Drake is the number one running back, okay? He is, and he always will be. Odell Beckham Jr. has been sent home from practice today, Thursday, due to a non-COVID illness, allegedly. However, it's questionable that he will start up against the Steelers. Now, he has not tested positive for COVID, but they did send him home as just like a precaution. He could have the flu. I mean, there's other illnesses that exist. However,
other illnesses exist nowadays?
Yeah, you can get other things. I mean, he could have the flu. He could have chicken pox. Maybe he didn't get it when he was a child. However, in this article, it does point out, this is Bleacher Report, staying healthy continues to be an issue for the 27-year-old who missed 16 games combined in 2017 and 2018 with the New York Giants because of a variety of issues. Last year, that was his second season with all 16 games, which is fascinating. I kind of didn't realize he was one of these guys who was always out. 2019 was also a disappointment on the field. I mean, that was a lack of chemistry with Baker Mayfield, in my opinion. He was getting used to that offense, moving to a new.
I'm like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. These hooks got me scoring. See me coming from afar.
That was needed and wanted.
That was needed. I had a little dance to it during his first season with Cleveland. Blah blah blah. But it does seem like the three-time Pro Bowler will hope his illness won't hold him back as he keeps improving on his latest results. Because he has been playing.
You know what he should do? He should go fucking bowling.
He should go bowling with LeVeon. Whenever anybody gets sick, it's time to go bowl. You need to go out and do that. That's important. Bowl. Don't wear a mask. No need. Although I did hear an interesting stat, and I should find the CDC article. Do you know that 85% of new COVID patients wear their mask? Like, that's their life is, no, I wear my mask when I go to the store. I wear my mask when I do this. 85%. So that means 15% of the people who are getting COVID, no, I didn't wear my mask. Fuck. I went fishing with my cousin Rod, and I hadn't seen him in a few months, so we went maskless, and I got COVID.
Well, that's different, though. Like, yeah, people who go in the hospital are going to say, like, oh, I wear my mask when I go to the grocery store, but, like, I thought they proved most people get it from other people in the household, like people you spend time with closely.
I thought they said it was just from indoor gatherings. I didn't know it was from other people, because those other people are getting it from somewhere. It's not like
you know what this proves is we both hear different fucking stories. Nobody knows what the hell's going on.
No, I know what's going on. Your story's misleading.
Bullshit.
Your story's misinformation.
Your story's misleading. I'm going to fact check you, and
go
you're
ahead.
Off Twitter. How about that?
CDC. Go check it out.
Political is going to take you down.
But so if everyone's hanging out at home together, how are they getting a virus? That's not how it works. They have to go out and get it somewhere.
It's from the schools.
Which schools? They're all closed.
No, not here. My daughter's school has had 4 COVID outbreaks, and it hasn't closed once. If the health department calls you, you don't go to school for 2 weeks.
Here is this again from Sonic Gino. What's this now? This is this gonna get me pulled off?
No.
Is this gonna get me pulled off of YouTube if I hit play on this, Sonic Gino? Let me just look it up real quick and see what it says. The fuck is this? This is the Moist Critical guy. He's playing guitar.
Oh Lord.
He says no, it's okay. Let's see. What are you saying? Oh Lord, this is about an 04 breakup. Let's take a look. But no, I don't think. Now you're saying they go to school and they go get it, but that means they're still getting it in public. Like everyone's still getting it from being out. Like the way you said that your story was, they're getting it from the home. Like what? They gotta go get it somewhere. So if you go to school and you're wearing your mask and then you come home and you're sharing it with other people, you still got it at school. You still are a mask wearer. That doesn't make you a non-mask wearer.
We're on the same page, man.
No.
I agree.
But
But fuck, I mean, I don't.
I'll look up that
I
stat.
don't,
in a
nobody
second.
knows. I think it's mostly, dude. I think it's just dumbass people who are like, I kind of feel like shit today, but like there are people who have mild symptoms for COVID. They're like, I kind of got a cough, but I think I'm fine. I'm gonna go out.
No, I do agree. Those
gonna hang
people,
out.
those people should be condemned totally. There's no reason why if you're not feeling good,
Totally.
if you have a cough and you're like, nah, I'm gonna go. Like I a couple weeks ago, I had a sinus infection, but I got tested for COVID just to be sure because I didn't want to be a fucking asshole to everybody else.
Oh, dude, that's the thing. Like the somebody at my work, I don't want to name them, but they were like, dude, I had a runny nose. He had got it tested multiple times because he's kind of a health freak, but he's like, dude, I had a runny nose, but my parents were coming into town. They're kind of old, so I got tested and I was positive. And literally all he had was like a runny nose for one day. He's like, I maybe had body aches that day, but then after that, like I was fine.
How do you maybe have body aches? Sometimes I'm going like, when I get a body ache, I'm so useless. Like I'm like Kershaw with a back spasm. I'm just laying on my bed like, I can't pitch today, coach.
That's the big thing, man. I know when you go pee and it fucking hurts, that's when you got body aches.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you're having trouble,
pissed and you're like, this doesn't feel good. It usually feels good.
I love this.
This is bad.
I love this apartment that we're in because it has the big it's got a big medicine cabinet over the toilet. So when I do have body aches and I'm peeing, I just have my head on that, like I'm just sleeping on it, taking a piss because I just can't even stand up. So I'm just falling apart. So plenty more to get to. Border crossings are on the rise, Zach. So isn't it weird how Trump's like the worst president ever, but more people are trying to get in here? So the wall has been effective, all right? Now let me just say this. Illegal border crossings are back on the rise, the Wall Street Journal reports. Thursday, after dipping to a 3-year low following the decisive Trump administration actions, Border Patrol agents caught 55,000 migrants crossing the U.S. border from Mexico last month and immediately expelled 49,000. So they were like, nope, turn around, gentlemen, get out of here. It was the busiest September at the border since 2006. Apprehensions along the border have been steadily increasing since hitting a 3-year low in April. So it was 16,000 in April, and now suddenly it's back up. What happened in like April? Riots, madness, mayhem. Up. Citing the coronavirus pandemic and authorizing border agents to quickly remove nearly every foreigner caught crossing into the U.S. without giving them a chance to ask for asylum, which is not a bad idea. So we're talking about, how are we going to prevent the spread? What are we going to do? 200,000 dead. Trump's turning like all these people from the border, get the fuck out of here. And then what? Humans are not illegal, bro. You can't force them back. Following a year of record-breaking border jumping, the Trump administration finally pressed Mexico to agree to measures designed to end the flood of migrants across the United States southern border. Mexico, under threat of tariffs, increased patrols along its own southern border. See, look at this. People don't act like Trump's making huge change. Even Mexico's like, all right, fine, fuck. We'll keep an eye on it. We don't want to pay more for trucks to move northbound. Because that has happened, by the way. I just worked for a transportation company, and absolutely the rates from a truck moving north and south, like all of that has become way more expensive than it was before Trump took office. Before Remain in Mexico took effect, most asylum seekers received a hearing date and were released into the United States pending adjudication. Many did not return for their court dates. So they get turned away, come back to go to court, and they just don't come back. Immigration freeze were put in place from May through the end of July. Since then, though, the Wall Street Journal reports border jumping has crept up and the problem of illegal immigration has returned. So, now, I would like to say, I'm not going to say names, but my cousin, she pointed out that, well, Trump never built that wall like he said he was going to do. And I go, yeah, he did. What do you mean? She goes, there's no border wall. I'm like, yeah, there is. What do you mean? And she goes, there's no wall at the border. So I got here's their website. You can go to trumpwall.construction. And it says, here's the Trump wall. They've built 341 miles of border wall. That's a lot of wall. And there's still 516 plus to be built. So that seems like we have a lot more to do. But when you look at it, and I got it on the screen here for all you folks, everyone on the podcast, just imagine a line going from San Diego almost all the way to El Paso. And it shows what portions are complete. Yuma, Arizona, this is all complete right here. So from San Diego all the way to Arizona, this thing's almost done. I mean, we're really looking to we have 39% complete in El Paso. So El Paso is really where we're working. And then I guess I never even realized the southern border of Texas towards, I forget the name of that city down there, Brownsville, I think. All of this, they're getting a wall as well. And that's 100% complete. They got a 2.5 mile wall down on the very tip of Texas to prevent this illegal immigration. So there is a border wall. I know it's not up like everyone thought it would be or wanted it to be, but go to trumpwall.construction. Use the promo code Vleeties to get a piece of the wall mailed directly to you for the low cost of $199.99. Shipping will be included.
So why is Texas fucking up so much? You guys have no wall at all?
No, because we have like actual border patrol. We actually pay our border patrol a lot of money.
You guys just shoot them on the border?
Well, I mean, have you seen JBL? JBL when he was in El Paso kicking those Mexicans across the border. I know that was just wrestling, but I mean, it was probably very realistic for how they're handling illegal immigration here in Texas. Before we get to our video games, because that will happen, there's so many things to get to tonight. I even was thinking, I was like, fuck video games. We haven't even talked about Jorge Masvidal. We haven't talked about the Biden campaign ad. That is the most racist thing I've ever seen. Maybe we'll just do video games for the faction people. I'm going to move this down. We're going to do all this other stuff, and then we'll get to video games. There's so much shit, dude. Big Brother results. I mean, tonight we had another eviction. It doesn't end, man. There's so many things to get to tonight, and there's so little fucking time. So, Sonya Deville, speaking of court cases, speaking of court hearings, Sonya Deville Stalker, do you remember when we talked about this? There was a guy who was sitting on her back porch for hours watching her and Mandy Rose watch movies and shit.
Yeah. Oh, I remember.
Philip Thomas had his virtual court hearing this past Monday on Columbus Day. I'm surprised. I think I had a court date today, a virtual court date, and I fucking missed it. I didn't even remember it. Because they moved all of our...
What did you have a virtual court date for?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. So, my dogs sometimes run out of my place off the leash, and I live in an apartment, right? So
Shut up.
I swear. So they got out of our place. They don't run into the street or nothing, but they know where to go potty, and they run and they go potty. Well, there was a lady with a Boston Terrier, and the Boston Terrier was not happy to see my dogs. And there was a bit of a scuffle, and her dog was fine. Her dog was unharmed. Everyone was fine. I went and grabbed my dogs. I was like, I'm so sorry. And I yelled at my dogs. So I get a notice from Animal Services about my dogs. And I explained what happened, and I said, I'm sorry. And then they go, okay, well, we also looked it up. Your dogs are not registered with the city of Capel. And I go, oh, is that a thing I have to do? They're registered in the state of Texas. Well, in Capel, you also have to make sure they're registered with the city. So I was like, okay, well, what do I need? They're like, you need their rabies records. And I didn't have rabies for one of the dog's records. So I had to go get an updated shot to get that. Then I went to Denver for a week. And by the time I got back from Denver, I was 1 day past the due date. And I didn't realize I had a due date. So I was 1 day past the due date to get all this information and to get a new tag. So he goes, we already mailed you the citation. I go, what? So it was like a $500 ticket. And
what?
Yeah, $500, and I think I missed the court date, so I think I'm in a lot of trouble.
Just say I don't have that dog anymore.
Well, no, I have all the paperwork, and it shows that they're registered and all this stuff. I think my appointment's on the 24th. Actually, I should verify
That sounds like fucking California, man. Where are you living?
Capel, which is Dallas,
Democrat shit.
Dallas is pretty much a Democratic area
You got
now.
a dog tax right now.
That's where all these people move, man. Like, let me see. City, because
The only thing you can't have here is a fucking rooster because they crow. You can't have anything else for free.
and you notice they don't email you this stuff. Everything's got to be mail, and like I'm like, dude, I'm not checking my mail every day for this stuff. Let me see. October 19th. We're good. Here, we can listen.
Hello, Ryan. This is Marshall Cairo from the Compel Marshal's office in court, and I'll just call courtesy to remind you of your October 19th, 10:30.
October 19th, 10:30. We got time. Virtual court meeting. Are you serious? You never sent me an email, by the way, so I'm going to have to talk to this guy. One time, and I've already had to talk to this guy. He's like, your email is something2@yahoo.com. I was like, no. Where did you get that? That's not at all my email. I got an email from my apartment complex that says, crime prevention. It has come to our attention that there is a rise in theft and vandalism in Capel right now. I've spoken.
That's your Amazon problem.
I have spoken with the Capel Police Department, and they have not received reports from the clubs at River Chase, but have received several reports from the surrounding communities. There's a place across the street that when you go on to like the crimereport.com stuff, I think they're called the Marquee. They are getting lit up. I don't know what's happening in that. I mean, that's the kind of place where like the trucks have no tires anymore because everybody's taking the tires off the trucks. It's insane. So, okay, my court date's on October 19th. Don't let me forget. That's on Monday. This is going to be a huge court session. I cannot wait for this to go down. So, Philip Thomas had his virtual court hearing on Columbus Day. His next court appearance is on December 15th at 9 a.m., which he has to attend in person. The appearance is for the charges of aggravated stalking, a third-degree felony, armed burglary of a dwelling, felony punishable by life, armed kidnapping for ransom or reward or hostage, felony life, and criminal mischief for less than $200,000, second-degree misdemeanor. So he's got quite a bit of charges.
You can get life for those two charges?
Dude, armed kidnapping for ransom. If you have a gun and you're waiting at somebody's house to kidnap them, I'd want you to go to jail forever.
Okay, how are you going to prove that he was going to kidnap for ransom?
The ransom part you can't do. It does not. It says ransom or reward or hostage. So he must have had some. There must be a manifesto that we don't know yet. And then the other one is armed burglary of a dwelling. I'm not gonna actually. You know what? Do those channel points, Sonic Gino, and we'll do the video. That we'll make that compromise. We'll watch that video. So Wrestling Inc. has learned that Thomas's mail has been going to DeVille's home. So this is like the creepiest guy I've ever heard of, by the way. So his plan is to give DeVille's address. Even when he was booked, he gave Sonya Deville's address as his home address. He drove down from, I forget which state he drove down from, to kidnap Sonya Deville. And when they arrested him, he gave his address as her address.
Yikes.
This guy.
It sounds like Nathan and Alexa Bliss.
Yeah. This is worse than that because this guy actually took action. And Sonya's sexual orientation is lesbian. So this guy was really he was really feeling neglected. Like, I have no chance with this girl. I have to go kidnap her. So, yeah, it's shocking. And, yeah, I'm glad that he is going to. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll follow this court case like the OJ trial. I hope they have cameras in there and we're able to watch the whole thing.
I bet you he's going to get more time than Kyle Rittenhouse.
Ooh, Trump. Ooh, yeah. Donald Trump did amazing in that town hall tonight. Dig it. I haven't watched any of the clips. I heard he got mad at Savannah Guthrie for something. I haven't watched it yet. We have to watch the Joe Biden campaign ad. It's my favorite. It is my favorite because, come on. Candace Owens told us on the Sunday special with Ben Shapiro that all the Democrats do is pander to black people. Like Cardi B does the interview, or the only things they'll do is they'll go out and try and get the black community by doing black things, like what they assume, like black people like this, right? So this is what we're gonna do. Like, it really is like the white guy constantly leaning to the black guy. Is this racist? Is this racist? Do you guys like this? Like, it's like, hey, I got Pizza Hut for you guys because I know you're black and you guys like Pizza Hut. Remember, I told that story. They love Pizza Hut. It's not even racist. It's a fact. So let's check this out real quick. This is the Ultimate Rap League Go TV Battle Rap. Joe Biden for president. I love this. Yo, it says, I'll hit you up later. This is already my favorite because this is how black people text. Yo! Like if someone who's going to vote for Joe Biden. Yo! Here we go, bro. Going to the court because black people like to hoop. He's wearing a shirt that says the GOAT. GOAT life. Life spelled with a Y. Today's not the day to practice your jumper. We gotta talk. So first of all, this is a Biden ad, right? I mean,
Yo, why you ain't been answering your phone?
Oh, this is
You
loud.
know why I'm calling you. You have to vote. You know why I don't vote? Because as a black man, I just feel like there's no hope. Our president telling people to go back to China, taking the coronavirus as a joke. And that's the part that frightened me. When you choose...
This is already the best. This is...
Go vote for the old white dude who's been doing it forever.
He voted for segregated busing. Like, let's do that. Let's like that guy. Let's elect Kamala Harris, who put more black people in jail than any other attorney general in the history of California. Let's do all that.
The president is supposed to be a knockout. Then why this situation doesn't entice me? If you got the answers to get me out this dark path, my brother, enlighten me. We always telling each other to stay woke. That's why this time we gotta use our voice and you have to vote. The facts should show. Biden has a plan for African Americans. We're not dealing with your average Joe. I see the way you looking right now. You know exactly where I'm gonna go with this. For 4 years we had Trump in office and we made the most of it. But we finally got somebody that could be in office.
That guy's wearing a Bulls jacket and it looks really hot out here. I'm like,
I finally got somebody that can go into office because he's never done it before.
yeah, finally. We have Joe Biden. This guy's got a plan. I would also like to point out, and I don't have the story here, but Ice Cube came up with the black contract for white America, or I forget what it's called. But he actually has a plan where, hey, if we include this legislature into our laws and our government, this will assist black people in a way that hasn't been done before. So he sends, let me pull up the story. Let's watch this rap battle.
That can give us a chance to have home ownership. I'm talking to all of you. $640 billion over the course of 10 years so we can finally get housing that's affordable. Look at him now. I got him stuck. With Biden and Harris' plan, we got to trust because we can't say we support Obamacare but rock with Trump. So Harris and Biden is going to help with black ownership, huh? Okay. Maybe it's true. But what about the black colleges and all the funding for the HBCUs? Is Biden going to follow in Obama's footsteps and go all out with health care? Or is he going to laugh at us like our president now while our people struggle on welfare? You see, I did my research, which is exactly why I could rebuttal that. Biden and Harris planning to put $70 billion to the HBCU. We're not just talking about a couple racks, giving teachers a raise. What Trump attempted to do, they plan to double that. And as far as the rich and poor with schools, the whole goal is to end the funding gap. That sounds legit.
Is there a funding gap? Can we get rid of that funding gap? Like, is there a difference between... Isn't it just by your taxes? Like, I don't understand how that works. Like, if there is a funding gap, then sure, absolutely, let's get rid of that. I believe, well, first of all, I think I've said it multiple times on here. Education, if they took it out of my taxes and just made people pay for it, I'd be down. I don't care. Like, I think everybody should be responsible for, like, no, seriously. I think a lot of people just send people to school just to have childcare for their kids. They don't necessarily care about the education they're getting. I care about the education my son's going to get. He's in school right now, and I pay for a better school than the one he was going to beforehand. So if there is some sort of if the government is playing favorites, that is fucked up, bro. Hopefully Joe Biden and Kamala Harris can end that.
But they're talking about college, bro. They're not talking about elementary school.
I was hoping it was elementary because that's when the kids are at their youngest.
No, they're talking about HBCUs, man. Historically black colleges, bro.
I didn't even know what that stood for. Now why are there historically black colleges? What does that mean? What are there?
It's called racism that they're promoting. I don't know, like usual.
Racism they're promoting while I'm out here voting, thinking about the funding gap, right? That was
Yeah,
scary.
I don't know why. Why don't you just want to go to the best school available, not a school just because black people have gone there historically?
Because black people stick with black, and if you got a problem with that and you think it's whack, you need to check your facts.
President
Black,
now
you
will
don't vote
quit.
for Biden.
Hey, did you know that unemployment for African Americans is up 50%?
What?
So when you tell
What was
me
that?
to go and vote,
I didn't do that. That was the audio of this thing.
go and vote. But the reason why it's such a hard one, because how we expect our people to get jobs, and the president can't even get the job done. Bro, I understand it's a process.
I don't know what this means. You can go get a job
Lies.
anywhere right now. There's so many jobs available. It's insane.
I'm hiring. Send me an application.
Yeah, I'm hiring. Come to Utah. Come to Texas. We got plenty of work. I don't understand. I don't understand why nobody has jobs, because you can come out and get them. Unless you live in California, where all the old people work at McDonald's and they complain about the minimum waging, right?
So I'm not rushing you. Take your time. You know what? Speaking of that, I got the perfect place to take you that'll change your mind.
Maddie Spice got a job. Brr, brr, brr. My first day was today. Where you working at, Maddie Spice?
So you think because you brought me here that I'm just supposed to confide in Biden? What about the innocent blacks that get snatched out their vehicles just for riding?
This is ridiculous, but I love that this is for Joe Biden. Just keep it in mind.
We don't even ask for much. All we do is ask for respect. Before they did what they did to George Floyd, this country had their foot on our neck. Now, do you understand why I'm upset?
Why did Biden get elected? Or why did Obama? Why did Obama get elected? I don't understand. Like, if Obama got elected and he was black, why are we still saying this country has a foot on the neck? I don't understand. Like, is Obama should we all be mad at Obama for breaking the storyline?
I don't know why these people think that a black man who was voted president is going to do less for them than this old fucking white dude who's been in politics his entire life.
Well, and even
Don't get it.
Even Donald Trump, who's been friends with Jesse Jackson since the 80s. He's been a good friend of ours. He got me my Mercedes.
Feel you, because every time we throw the system an uppercut, all they give us in return is low blows. But Biden and Harris got a plan to outlaw the chokehold. It's inspiring. Donald Trump is the apprentice, but now it's our turn to do the firing. And review everything even before we hire him. Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Eric Gardner, Trayvon Martin, say their damn names. The goal is to get Donald out of office and Trump his campaign. You know, before you actually called my phone, I honestly had no hope. But if Biden and Harris going to do exactly what you said, then I'm going to go vote.
Hell yeah, dog. This is inspiring. Paid for by Biden for president. So they paid for this to be done. They thought this was a great idea. These two guys slapping five. It was a rap battle. It was a rap battle. I don't understand. Isn't that the best thing you've ever seen, though, is this weird kind of rhyming, kind of rapping? I don't understand. What is this? Dan Barnes 214 says, what happened to TWFS channel? Also, fuck Kevin for trying to make us pay to watch on Twitch. Okay, let me switch over to my YouTube. Hello, Dan. Kevin is live and free all the time on Twitch. On twitch.tv/TWFS. I love that. Kevin, that's the number one question I get for the rest of my life, by the way, is what happened to TWFS? That's the only thing people ask me about. And I have it all over. I mean, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Everywhere in my life, it tells you where. It's on the fucking screen right now. Wednesdays on twitch.tv/TWFS. It's on the screen right now, YouTube watchers. You know where it is, so you can go and find it. As for me, I'm voting for Joe Biden. No, see, I voted for Trump. Just, cat's out of the bag, I voted for Trump, all right? Don't ask me why. I know that all those people are dead.
Didn't ask you why. We shouldn't have to ask you why after months.
Look, don't ask me why, okay, everybody? I voted for Trump, all right? You can't be mad at me. It's my right to vote. Matty Spice in the chat, he highlighted, or he didn't highlight it, but he just says, what happened to TWFS? Good question. I don't know. I don't know.
It's still there.
It's still there, yeah. Just follow. Go to youtube.com/fucking-show-podcast. It's been there since 2011. I don't know what people are saying.
Kevin's dick from now and then, too, if you want.
Ice Cube is working with Trump, and black women are pissed. They're pissed, damn it. So progressive black women leaders are calling out the rapper Ice Cube over the announcement this week that he is working with President Donald Trump's re-election campaign on what he says is a plan to help black Americans. The backlash began when Trump's senior advisor Katrina Pearson tweeted out Tuesday her appreciation for Ice Cube and his willingness to step up and work with Trump amid ongoing national debate on police reform, systemic racism, and violence against black Americans. Ice Cube has been long critical of Trump, but said on Twitter that Trump White House and they'd been more responsive with contract with Black America compared to Democratic leaders. Dems say we'll address the CWBA, contract with Black America, after the election. Trump made some adjustments to their plan after talking to us about CWBA. So that's the big difference with Nancy Pelosi and these Democrat leaders after the election. We'll get to a stimulus after the election. You guys, we're trying to rig a damn election. Stop asking us to do shit. All right? We are in the middle of something. So they're trying to go, that's their plan. We need to get Biden elected. We need to send out all these mail-in ballots because, I don't live at my address anymore that my ballot's probably registered to. So if they just sent my ballot there, whoever lives there now, got it. They can vote for whoever they want. But I voted. That's why I voted early, too. I was like, I don't want to deal with fucking anybody messing with my shit. So I voted. So Donald Trump and his team gets an email from Ice Cube or whoever he gets it. I don't know how this all happens. But they, instead of just saying, hey, we'll deal with this later, they go, Cube, we got some questions. Let's put some stuff together and see what we can do to assist you with the contract for Black America. Ayako, early voting is rigged. She's not wrong, 100%. I think it's rigged too. I asked my buddy who voted. I said, hey, do you at least get a tracking number? And he said, I think you will like how it's made, actually. Yeah, I saw it. I got it queued up. It's queued up. So contract with Black America. Like I asked Jason, he said there's a tracking number on your ballot. So when you send it in, you still can go to your website and track it to make sure they got it. Which I'm sure there's no way that can be rigged either. So Republicans are reaching out to Ice Cube and saying, look, we have some suggestions. Here's what we want to do. And Donald Trump was responsive. Donald Trump says, let's fucking do this. Let's go, Cube. We run in the same circles. We're best friends. Let's work this whole thing out. Black progress is a bipartisan issue, tweeted the rapper on Thursday, who in the late 80s famously rapped "fuck the police." I don't know why that's important, but he did rap that. Many fans expressed dismay for the rapper's willingness to engage with the president. In 2016, Ice Cube tweeted he would never endorse Trump, and he released in 2018 a track called "Arrest the President," while progressive black women leaders lamented that his 22-page plan lacked any proficient recommendations for black women, black queer people, or black trans women. You got to find your label, everybody. Everybody needs a label. You got to go grab your label and stick to it. Don't share your label.
What's your label, bro?
Yeah, exactly. I'm a cisgendered white male, apparently, is what my label is. I'm a conservative. I was labeled bipolar, but I rejected that. I rejected that label. You can call me Catholic or Christian conservative, whatever label you want to give me. Unfortunately, black queer people is not one of my labels. We grew up on Ice Cube and his message against white supremacy. So it feels like a slap in the face because this is the president who has made it very clear that he's anti-black, anti-women. I don't get that. Grab him right in the pussy. That seems pretty pro-women. And anti-trans folks, said Karen Flynn, an associate professor in the departments of gender and women's studies and African American studies. Holy shit. At the University of Illinois. How can you study that many things and not be annoyed all the time? Historically, black women have consistently supported black men, particularly heterosexual black men, and we haven't been given the same respect back. A lot of black women are salty when black dudes marry white people. Isn't that like a common thing? It seems like black women are they are waiting for their. Now, Zach, I've married a woman of color. So, and I've been told that by my black friends that you married a woman of color, so you're cool. And I was like, yeah, that's right, I did do that. Because I didn't even notice. But that's the other thing is I didn't notice that was one of her labels, that she was a woman of color. That was my wife. I married her. I love her. So it's so interesting to me that black women now are against black men. So where is their vote going to go? Is it still going to go to Joe Biden, who's a white man? Like, what are we doing here? I don't understand why this is the entire plan. Brittany Cooper, your favorite, remember she wrote that book, Eloquent Rage, a black feminist discovers her superpower. She tweeted, can you imagine seeing that book at Target? Black men are breaking my heart with this caping for Cube Come Trump. Cube Come Trump. I don't know what that means. That's what she tweeted. You can go retweet that. Black women are absent from Ice Cube's plan. Black women have a long history, experts say, of fighting for justice without recognition. On Twitter, hashtag Oscars so white, creator April Rain wondered why Ice Cube appeared to have completely cut women out of his plan. I can't wait to read this and see how women are left out of this. So now we have civil rights that include black people. We also have women's rights. So you're telling me that in the middle of that, we now need a third movement for black women's rights. They're being left out. Their label doesn't at all have any sort of intersection with any of the other labels. It blows my mind. There's no freaking way that any of that makes sense. Black women are the moral compass of this nation, Karen Flynn said.
What's geezy? I mean, what's good? Bitches, you blind. Check my watch, better be money all the time.
But it is a hierarchy of racism, according to Karen Flynn. So Karen Flynn is pissed. But ultimately, I love that story because everybody's calling, oh, Trump has no plan for black America. What does he do? Outsource that shit. Get Ice Cube involved. And now look, now we got a super team. Can you imagine? Ice Cube, who had a song called Arrest the President, sends this out to the Republican Party and probably expects a big fuck you from Trump. He gets a phone call. How can we make this work? Let's see what we can do to bring in the contract with black America and make it matter and make it important now. Let's not wait. This is a human rights issue. Right, Zach? Haven't you been told this over and over again that Black Lives Matter is a human rights issue? Why are we now ignoring that?
I don't know, man. This is like the best example of why Trump is a good president.
Yeah.
The best thing you can do in your life, this is the advice I'll give to Nathan and Maddie, who are young little bucks, and all the other kids out there. Know what you don't know.
Yep.
And find somebody who does. If you act like you fucking know it all, you're going to get burnt out, and everybody's going to find out you're an idiot. So find the people that know what the hell they're talking about and get it done. That's called being a good manager.
And find people who also, and what do? I constantly put myself through torture, and I listen to the other side. I try and grab people from the Democratic side and listen. I've done that less and less because I continuously learn all they want to do is throw zingers at you. That's what they think is a good debate. Oh, well, Trump pays off porn stars. It's like, no, he paid off Stormy Daniels. And he really just paid her legal fees because she couldn't afford them. And she actually ended up owing him $293,000 for defamation. So
it was a debate.
It was a debate. And Nathan Weller, he requested this. Keezy is letting the fiend, damn it. Keezy, be careful, damn it. Be careful of the fiend. So absolutely.
Let's go red. The fiend is there.
Dude, the fiend is always there. Jorge Masvidal came out. It seems like the UFC is like double woke. What's this about? How come it seems like people that actually fight for a living are really like, if you're a soldier, if you're a first responder, a fireman, police officer, whatever it is, it seems like those people who have grit are voting for Donald Trump. What is that? Is that a testosterone thing? Am I sexist?
No, it's people who have a career and care about their.
If you're looking for a fella to fight him, I'll fight him.
I'll fight him. That's what this press conference is that Masvidal holds. So I've been saying this for months, for weeks, to all of my Latino or Latin. What is it called? Latinx?
If you're looking for a fella to fight him, I'll fight him.
I'll fight him. Dude, I swear, if Joe Biden wanted to beat up Trump after school, I bet Donald Trump would have walked up and go, "You looking for a fella to fight you? I'll fight you." He probably would have said that.
Baseball bat, too.
There's no way that Trump wouldn't have not fought him back.
I'm going to let you in on something.
If you're looking for a fella to fight him, I'll fight him.
I'll fight him.
You just have to hand it over to him.
This is only coming out of one of my ears.
We sure as hell don't.
We sure as hell don't.
Así mismo. Así mismo.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
I'll fight him.
Kumite. Oh, I wish it was longer. We should just hear that whole song. Yeah, even
Longer,
Hero Since that's only out of the left here. Thank you, YouTube. Either way, Jorge Masvidal endorses Donald Trump. He says that it's like Joe Biden and the entire Democratic Party are doing exactly what I said they've been doing this entire election. They have been ignoring Latinos. They really have. There's been no, everything's been about the black community, and Masvidal even calls it out in this video. You can't just bob your head at Despacito and assume Latinos are going to vote for you. And I was like, yes! Finally somebody said it. I wish I had a good clip of it. It's probably been taken down for hacked material, but it's such a good clip. It's such a good argument. Donald Trump is out here with Jorge Masvidal trying to. There's a great photo of Donald Trump Jr. and Jorge Masvidal eating McDonald's because, dude, everybody's shitting on Trump for drinking Diet Coke all the time and eating McDonald's. It's like, what do you think most of Americans eat? Come on, give this guy a break.
He's busy as shit too. He's supposed to cook his own meals.
And if you want Donald Trump to die, let him drink all this shit. Why are you over here like, your president shouldn't eat that? No, this president's doing that. And he's out here loving his Diet Coke. I love regular Coke, by the way. I'm at the point where I don't even mess with diet. I want the fake high fructose corn syrup sweetener, and I want it now. But this is a real American.
Hecho in Mexico, bro. You're right there on the border.
I am right here, dude.
Real sugar.
There is that Mexican Coke where you can buy in the glass bottle. It's so fucking good. I don't know why. Maybe Mexicans have not figured out high fructose corn syrup, but it is outstanding. And yeah, Quigley says Hunter
does real Coke.
Yeah, Hunter Biden doesn't do Diet Coke. Does real Coke. Yeah, but I love that Mexican Coke. However, I got to be honest, I'm probably going to McDonald's tomorrow just because of all this new marketing for McDonald's. Masvidal's eating there. Donald Trump Jr.'s eating there. J Balvin's eating there, I guess. French fries con ketchup. It's the most annoying commercial I've ever seen. Have you seen this commercial? It's so fucking bad.
I don't live on the border, bro.
Dude, I'm going to get this meal tomorrow just so I can tweet at this J Balvin. Now, I don't even know who J Balvin is. Kevin and I talked about this last night. An Oreo McFlurry. You get an Oreo McFlurry. J Balvin meal. It's like trending. It's like the people all need to watch this shit because we're like, what is happening in America when this guy gets his own meal? Now, I've never heard of this guy. Apparently, he did the I Like It Like That. He did that Cardi B song that I've never heard, but everybody tells me it's great. So, I like it like that. So this is this guy, and this is his McDonald's burger, and I can't wait to have it.
Hola, soy J Balvin, and I'm dropping my McDonald's order. Let go.
Let go.
Big Mac.
Let go.
No pickles, please.
See? Right there he says no
pickles,
No
please.
pickles, please. Go fuck yourself. How are you getting a Big Mac?
Exactly.
How are you? Let me even bring up the picture of the Big Mac if I can, because the Big Mac has something on it called Mac sauce, and it's got fucking pickles in it.
Pickles in it.
So what do you mean the pickles are needed?
And wanted.
I don't understand. How are you not? You're getting, dude. There's pickles in the Mac sauce. So this guy clearly has never eaten at McDonald's in his life, and he was like, "Oh, I do not like pickles." I'm like, "Well, you can get a Big Mac with no pickles." Okay, I'll do that. There's fucking pickles in the Mac sauce. So come on, J Balvin, do a minute of research. And what really annoys me is the dancing this guy does.
No pickles, please. There you go.
No pickles, please.
Medium fries con ketchup.
Medium fries con ketchup, because in case you didn't hear, Zach, this guy's bilingual. Like, I love that he has to throw that in the con ketchup. Like, it really, just do the whole commercial in Spanish.
Crip walking? What is
I don't know what he's doing, but it's really great.
And an Oreo McFlurry. Of course.
Gotta get that Oreo McFlurry after that 800-calorie burger. Can we talk about this guy's diet? Holy shit. If Trump had this, everyone would be losing their minds.
And he bleaches his fucking hair? What is with this guy?
Some people still do the bleach hair, dude. I don't understand it. I really don't.
And the McFlurry is on me.
If you're looking for a fella to fight him, I'll fight him.
Thank you, Quigley. I need somebody to kick this guy. I need somebody to kick that guy's
some
ass.
Hotline Bling fucking vibes.
Oh, it's annoying as shit. Line blings is all I gotta say. I was so annoyed the first time I saw that, and my wife and I were both like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And then she's like, "Oh, he did the beat for I Like It Like That." And I go, "Oh, great." So the guy who made a shitty beat is now responsible for a meal at McDonald's? How do you get one of these?
So his meal is a fucking Big Mac with no pickles and ketchup for your fries? Is that what his fucking
and an Oreo McFlurry. He gets an
Oh my
Oreo.
God.
An Oreo McFlurry.
At least like Travis Scott was a little weird.
What did he do that was weird? Didn't he just have a quarter pounder? I didn't even watch that commercial, but I'm going to now. But
I don't think the commercial was weird, but like his meal was what, a quarter pounder with chicken nugs and barbecue sauce?
Oh, is that all it was? That's actually not a bad meal. Travis Scott McDonald's, because even the commercial was like, what is happening? Because he's like a little animated character, remember? So let's bring him up real quick. The Travis Scott meal. We're definitely not doing video games tonight. We've wasted.
Hey, let's put this out there though. This is fucking genius marketing by McDonald's.
Oh yeah,
oh my lord.
Every time I watch one of these, I'm very close to going to McDonald's. So yeah, you're not wrong. Like even the J Balvin meal that I can't stand and I hate that guy, I want McDonald's tomorrow night. Linda's going to her friend's house. I want McDonald's.
What's up, world?
Oh no.
Yeah, you. I'm Travis Scott. This is my McDonald's order. Follow me. Here's my quarter pounder with lettuce.
So look, he gets a quarter pounder with bacon on it. So yeah, there is definitely some
quarter pounder with bacon and barbecue sauce with the fries.
That's not a bad idea. And look, it's got pickles. No mac sauce.
Extra pickles.
I'd probably get mac sauce on that.
Pickles, onions, ketchup, mustard, and bacon. Here's my fries.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do this. Then I dip them into barbecue sauce.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
I
And my
fucking
Sprite.
love Travis Scott.
Same order since back in Houston, and you can try it too. Gotta go. The Travis Scott meal, just $6.
Kevin said, "Stop ignoring the added lettuce, you fucks."
Oh yeah, I like lettuce on my burger though. I don't know. I gotta pretend it's a little healthy. Gotta throw a little bit of lettuce on there. However, yeah, that's a good. I agree. That's better than the Big Mac. No pickles for me. Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious? I do not need. There's pickles,
shit, not taken away
there's
from it.
pickles in the mac sauce. Read a book. Come on. So tonight was the town halls. Now we're gonna do video games another time. There's just too much. Plus, we need more time, and I want to pull clips. So the town halls took place tonight. A lot of celebrities were very, very upset. According to Breitbart, 100 celebrities were very upset because Donald Trump and Biden were going head to head. This was like Monday Night Raw and WCW Nitro, where it's like the same night we're having two different town halls. Who is going to win the ratings? Which is like, come on. Like, is that really what you're trying to measure? And if you think that your candidate's going to win, why are you worried about the ratings war? So, I don't understand. Like, are they trying to say, like, no, we want Trump voters to watch Joe Biden? Is that what it is? Like, Hollywood elites, including J.J. Abrams, Aaron Sorkin, Ryan Murphy, Julianne. These are the Hollywood elites they chose? Julianne Moore, Deborah Messing, Seth MacFarlane from Family Guy, Sterling K. Brown from This Is Us, Mariska Hargitay from Law & Order SVU, Ava DuVernay, I've never heard of, are pressuring NBC to change the time slot for the Trump town hall, saying that the network is helping the Trump campaign by airing it at the same time as Joe Biden's town hall on ABC. How is that hurting the campaign, Zach?
Why didn't they just have a fucking debate and then everybody could watch it?
It could be a debate. What's the point? What's the difference? Everyone's going to watch this shit on YouTube and the news the next day. Why are they pretending that you can only watch one? And why are we mad at NBC for doing that? Like, I don't understand. Like, shouldn't we be mad at the commission for debates for wanting to do a virtual one? Because these guys are doing in-person town halls. So it clearly wasn't the coronavirus that was scaring everybody. It was clearly we didn't want to have a discussion. We wanted to have speeches. And I didn't hear what Savannah Guthrie did, but we need to see what happens.
We need PowerPoints is what we need.
I'm a genius. PowerPoints, dude. So a letter from 100 Hollywood actors, directors, writers, and producers. This is what the letter says. This is great. We are a group of writers, actors, directors, and producers, which means we have a very valid opinion when it comes to the opinions of Americans and how they should vote. How come the Hollywood elites who all make over $400,000 a year are like so for this tax plan where they're going to pay way more? Like, it doesn't make any sense. They know they're not going to get it. Many of us have been lucky enough to work for NBC Universal at some point in our careers. Some of us are currently employed at your studio. We have always thought of NBC Universal as both a terrific creative home and a brand that stands for the best in entertainment and broadcast journalism. This is why we have been devastated to learn that you have chosen to air President Trump's town hall this Thursday night at 8 p.m., directly opposite Vice President Biden's town hall. He's not the vice president. I don't know. Do you get that title for the rest of your life? This is not a partisan issue. This is about the political health of our democracy. President Trump refused to participate in the virtual debate scheduled for Thursday night by the Presidential Debate Commission, owned by George Soros. They didn't put that in there, but I threw that in there. By agreeing to air his own town hall as counter-programming opposite of Vice President Biden's town hall on ABC. You are enabling the president's bad behavior while undercutting the Presidential Debate Commissions and doing a disservice to the American public. Now, some of this is, I mean, all of that's not true, but I mean, the one thing that it is what do they mean a disservice to the American public? Why is that a disservice? Like, were they assuming that all of us Trumpers were going to watch Biden's thing instead? Or, well, the Trump one's on at 9, so I guess I'll watch the Biden one first, and maybe he'll sway my vote. Like, I've already voted, so, and I know most Americans, I mean, a lot of Americans already have. Everyone knows who they're voting for. There's nothing that watching a Biden town hall versus a Trump town hall would do. If anything, in the future, maybe not have Biden be in a closet or in a basement for the entire campaign, and maybe we can do a daily town hall. Did you watch House of Cards?
Dude, I don't know how I got like into the first season. I fucking love it, but my wife won't watch it, so it's hard.
I believe it's season 3 or 4. The Republican candidate, played by the dude from the first season of Altered Carbon. Joel Kinnaman is his name. He's running for he's the Republican candidate, and what he ends up doing is he has like a 24/7 live stream of his house, and people have access to his phone and his emails so they can see what he's doing full time. Get Biden out of his basement, damn it! Black, get him out of that black basement. Get him into the public. Well, you know he can stay in that basement because a black woman stocks the grocery shelves, because he assumes that's the only job black women are capable of for some reason, because he's not racist.
He's gonna come back out once those teenage girls are old enough to dance for him.
Could be, or I mean, if they're the Epstein age to dance for him. So President Trump refused to take part. I already read that. We believe this kind of indifference to the norms and rules of our democracy are what have been brought our country to this perilous state. You think that this is Donald Trump asking to be on NBC at the same time as Joe Biden is what has created this perilous state? We are simply asking the NBC air the president's town hall either before or after Vice President Biden's, so that American voters have the opportunity to watch both. We do have the opportunity to watch both. It's the whole thing. Is the whole thing not on YouTube?
It's called fucking TiVo, bro.
I bet the whole thing. I bet the whole thing is available on YouTube right now. We understand out of the necessity, and then plus there's no commercials if I watch it on YouTube. We understand the necessities of business, especially in this difficult time, but we believe there are larger issues of civic responsibilities at stake here. Other signatories included Chelsea Handler, Damon Lindelof, Adam McKay, Kumail Nanjiani, Mandy Moore. Some celebrities, including Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Jim Carrey, George Takei, are taking even further action by telling people not to watch the NBC broadcasts. Ava Longoria, who starred in ABC's Desperate Housewives for the 9th season run, as she was also on the Democratic National Convention stream, she says, hashtag NBC blackout, hashtag NBC boycott. Cancel culture again to NBC. Come on. Wasn't Obama's news channel called MSNBC? Did you know Vince McMahon said the N-word in front of Booker T one time? Damn it. I said it once. Live television.
I don't get it, though. Like, honestly, 95% of people who watch either one were not going to watch the other. Nobody's switching sides right now. I haven't met a person who's on the fence right now.
Well, and honestly, a town hall would not make me want to switch sides. I've already heard everything Biden had to say. I've seen several and I've aired so much footage. I think a lot of people would probably vote for Trump just based off of the stuff that I've shown that Biden says, and we've debunked all the negative things Trump has said. I think I've said nice things about Joe Biden too. Like I tried to.
I've done some dumb things, and I'll do dumb things again.
I've said some nice things about him. I have a fantasy football team named Dumb Things with Joe Biden's picture. But still, I do think that I've tried.
And what's my fantasy name?
Dumb Things again.
Fucking Trump train, bro. Come on.
Oh, I forgot immediately.
Who is Dumb Things again?
That's me. I'm Dumb Things again. You're the Trump train because you're all in. You're all in on Trump. I pretend to be polled in multiple directions. Like I'm not sure which way I should. So like I wanna be pro Trump guy with Trump flag in my background, but I also want to be like, look, I understand you're hurting, okay? And I know you're an idiot for thinking that Trump killed 214,000 people. Like, I know that you think that he did that, but he really didn't. You know, some people need to be held accountable for their own actions. That's like blaming Donald Trump for like all the shootings that happened. It's ridiculous. 99% are decided, which is why the ratings will be interesting. Most people will just tune in to what they want to hear from. When Trump gets 3 times the viewers as Biden, the spin will be interesting. And that's true. Like,
well, even that, like, how fucking diehard Trump, and I didn't watch it. Why?
I didn't give a shit.
I don't need to watch it.
I watched Big Brother. Yeah, I was watching. I watched Big Brother, and then I found out because I didn't even know what time the thing was on. By the way, like they did a terrible job marketing this thing. NBC did not shove enough ads in my face for the Trump town hall. But you know what? I probably will watch it tomorrow. You know, I'll probably see some highlights and see how I feel about it. But ultimately, yeah, you're right. I wasn't going to watch this shit anyway. I don't care. I'm so burned out on hearing both these guys fucking talk anyway. Geezy, Alexa Bliss is better than Asuka as far as wrestling or being hot? Because that's a tricky one. We'll have to find out. Ultimate Warrior! Fuck you, Maddie Spice. Maddie Spice, congrats on the new job, my friend. I am very proud of you. Big Brother results. If you have not watched Big Brother, spoilers. Memphis was sent to the jury tonight. We're into the final 4, Zach. Who do you think is going to win? Christmas? Nicole? Is it going to be Cody?
Christmas?
Yeah, her name
is Christmas?
Christmas Abbott. And if you Google her, you will not be disappointed. Or look her up on Insta.
I thought you said you don't use Google.
I know, I just said it.
I don't even say Google anymore.
No, I know you're a normie.
If you're looking for a fella to fight him, I'll fight him.
Google her.
I'll fight him.
You'll probably get better pictures of her on Google than you will on DuckDuckGo. That's just smart Googling. So, again, here we are in the Final 4. Nicole can't play for HOH. I don't know what Casper's involvement is in this HOH. That was very foggy to me. I didn't understand what was going on. But we're down to who's going to win this Knights. What's it called? Knights chest or whatever? I don't even know what it's called. But Cody is probably going to win this HOH and cement his legacy into that final 3. This is the most important head of household of the year. Let's see. Owen Hart committed suicide on wrestling. That was his plan, damn it. Release the harness too early, damn it. So, Zach, we clearly have a bunch of video games to get to. But it's also time to ride off into that sweet, sweet sunset. It's time to call it an evening. We do have a video on demand that was redeemed. This is Clark bars. You and I are going to learn out how Clark bars are made, okay?
Oh, no.
This is a chocolate.
Is this like the soda one again?
No, this one's for real. I don't know why you
real?
I don't even know why
you missed one of my Ultimate Warrior impressions. Too.
Ultimate Warrior! Fuck you, Nathan! That was a good one.
Well, you know, full transparency, I meant to say fuck you, Nathan, the first time.
But it was Maddie Spice.
Because he was talking shit about Alexa Bliss, but I thought it was Maddie Spice because Maddie Spice is usually meaner to me.
Maddie
and
Spice.
Now Nathan in the chat, he's got broken hearts.
Maddie Spice is a great man, but he's a young man who knows so much about Discord. Parts made in Japan. Good night, Vleeties. I love you. Geezy, you're cool too. See, you got a cool for my Ayako, Zach. You're back on her good
thanks,
graces.
Ayako.
You made it
She
work.
used to hate me.
Well,
that was a fucking racist.
You jumped in real deep, like real fast. You were like, "Hey, are you Asian? Asian gif. Hey, are you a female?"
On purpose.
Yeah, like
I posted the DMs. I was full transparency. I posted the DMs.
You slid into the DMs with like Chong Li, and it's like, no, don't do that. Like, please, just give it a minute, would you? Nathan Weller, you're still one of the greats. Nate the Great. Ted Lasso, by the way. You need to watch Ted Lasso, Zach. It's the best show I've ever seen. I watched the whole thing in like one day. Let's find out how Clark bars are made, courtesy of Sonic Gino.
As any sweet tooth can attest, there's no end to the flavors you can pair with chocolate. The classic combination is milk chocolate and peanut butter.
This is
the saltiness of the peanut butter.
No, it's not.
Is the perfect foil to the sweetness of the chocolate. This candy bar features real milk chocolate around a real peanut butter candy center.
Oh, real.
Making that peanut butter candy center is the tricky part. To make the candy part, the factory combines liquid sugar, corn syrup, turbinado, and molasses.
Turbinado?
While the ingredients mix, agave nectar, dextrose, cane sugar, and tikal are added to the mixture. During the workday, the cooked candy is poured into a large stainless steel bowl. At night, the factory is converted into a small steel mill.
Steel?
Next, leftovers from the previous batch are drowned in the candy. These leftovers are shipped in from restaurants whose customers can't finish a whole candy bar in one sitting.
That's true, I've heard that.
The leftovers are then autopsied onto a medical
Look how red
table.
pill I got!
Then the candy is blended using a large variety of techniques, such as folding, scooping, swirling, squashing, smashing, pressing, dunking, and slam
That looks
dunking.
gross, by the way. Am I crazy? That does not look appetizing.
At the next station, a pocket is made in the center and filled with the secret ingredient, motor oil.
Motor oil?
No, I'm just kidding, but could you imagine? They start up a pulling machine, which
sounds
fills
like
the
Ricardio
candy
every
with
time I hear
air
it.
and works it harder than your sister at a fraternity house.
Yikes!
Got her! We got ourselves a nodder!
Then the candy is transferred to a conveyor belt, which takes it to the backup candy machine, which holds the factory's emergency candy rations, which they buy from a second factory.
This
machine's rollers flatten the candy into a candy
actually looks pretty
sheet.
good.
I would tell you what they store in this tank, but I am illiterate.
What? It says peanut butter on the tank.
It looks like peanut butter, which, well, that would just make sense now, wouldn't it? Okay, so yeah, the peanut butter is deposited.
What's funny is this looks like a printer, by the way. Like I know that I came from the printing industry before I was in the transportation industry, and this looks like a big ass printer, and it literally looks like they're printing peanut butter. It's great.
Onto the candy sheet. Workers plow the candy fields until the candy resembles the world's saddest rug.
That looks terrible.
Which is then immediately destroyed for the benefit of mankind.
Looks like rolled up Dublin shit. Dublin's my dog, by the way, everybody. What do you think that guy's story is? I'd like to know more about that guy.
The candy is then rolled into a series of rollers and given a shiatsu massage to release any tension it's carrying. Emerging from this new relaxed state is the legendary...
I swear, like someone in the chat, JT says, is this Pence talking? This sounds like Ricardio. Just imagine Ricardio doing this video.
Peanut butter python. These animals can grow as long as a football field and love to nest inside complex industrial machinery.
So now they've made
If
it
the
narrow.
python is startled, it will segment its body into pieces as a makeshift camouflage. The candy links drop onto another conveyor belt, which both hardens them via a cooling tunnel and presents a strong metaphor against environmental deforestation from the logging industry.
What? Yeah, that's true. Well, you know what I don't like about this video is he doesn't even mention Trump's 1 billion trees plan. Remember during the debate, Donald Trump broke the news about 1 million trees? Come on, or 1 billion. Why are we not talking about 1 billion trees anymore, Zach? Have we gone to sleep?
We're slept for life.
On our trees. Oh, we're not committed to...
Workers gently caress each candy bar to remind it that everything will be okay.
That's true. That's for
Then,
you, Maddie
in
Spice.
the confectionery
It's all
car
gonna work out.
wash, the peanut butter bars are coated with a layer of chocolate, which, let's be honest, makes them look like dookie logs.
It does. Little bars of shit. Little bars of Dublin.
If you're looking for a fella
The
to fight
dookie
him,
log.
I'll fight him.
Is that for Ricardio? Are you guys trying to fight him? Because you guys are right. I have not heard from him in a long time. I hope he's okay.
Are gathered together for packaging as the workers remain grateful they get to wear gloves.
They do get to wear gloves. That's pretty sweet.
It's just a table of shit bars shooting towards them.
It looks good though. You know, they're
And
probably so
finally,
much better
the
when they're
bars are
fresh.
sent down single file to the packaging machine.
Oh, dude, there's no
All this work is to bring you the
What about the rinsing machine? Remember the rinsing machine? I thought
to be clear, this is the rinsing machine, not the filling machine.
I'm a little annoyed that he hasn't explained. And by the way, this is a printer. This is the roller. But I'm a little annoyed that we don't have the rinsing machine because I thought it was made very clear that we would always see a rinsing machine.
tastiest, most famous chocolate peanut butter candy in the world. The Reese's Peanut
Tyler Spida in the chat. In OBS, I just went down to the video, and you can just right-click it and hit filters, and then the filter I put on was color correction, and I just made myself red because I let in the fiend. I wanted to hear that annoying shriek that plays when the fiend's around, though.
peanut butter, the Clark bar. Yeah, the Clark bar. I'm at the Clark bar. Everyone's favorite peanut butter chocolate candy. Woohoo! Yeah, let's give it up for the go.
Do you think this guy's never had a Clark bar? Because I've had a Clark bar. They sell them when you go to like the independent candy stores. Like they actually have Clark bars. But I agree.
I've never had a Clark bar.
You probably don't see them at Kroger's. You probably don't see them at Kroger or Walmart grocery. But still, they exist.
Clark bars. Yeah, woo! Clark bars.
It looks like a Butterfinger. We can be honest. Owen Hart committed suicide on wrestling. Pat Patterson, Blue Harry guy in wrestling. So that was a great. I actually liked that one. We had some chocolate. I wanted to watch it. Fuck this narrator. I'm over him. JT was not impressed by the narrator. And you know what? I disagree. I loved that narrator. I love Ricardio. I hope he comes back to us one day. I can't find that video. Sonic Gino, if you're here, put that video one more time. I want to watch it. What was it called? 2004 Breakup? We could do that. We could find it, Zach. We can YouTube it. 2004 Breakup. It had the Moist Critical guy looking in it.
But can you say asterisk?
Asterisk. Ass.
You got it. Ass. Kiss. Tourist.
Ass kiss. We were trying to figure out why a majority of black people do say axe. Like, what is that?
Asterisk.
Well, like axe. I don't understand. Like, let me ask you a question. Like, all black people agree to put the K before the S. Like, I don't know why that's a stereotype, but I don't know why it's true. Like, it's ridiculous. 2004 break. Oh, is this a band? Were they a band? I don't understand. Penguins.
He is not playing that guitar, man.
Dude, he's playing it. This song is probably about that GameStop girl. I don't know what that means. That's an inside joke beyond all reasons. This guy in the suit is Hugbees. Oh, that is. So the guy in the suit is the guy who does the videos, the funny videos that we like. That's him. Let's go back to reality. Thank you, Sonic Gino. They are called the Gentlemen. That's a good name for a band. Before we wrap it up tonight, we've done plenty. It's all been politics. There's been some sports. We talked a little bit about football. What is left? The Houston Astros have forced Game 6. Can you believe that, Zach? That's pretty impressive, right? The Tampa Bay Rays went up 3-0, and now they're fucking it up, man. They are messing this up. We do not need them to blow this. Am I wrong?
Yeah, the Astros cannot fucking win this year.
They better not.
The Astros and the Lakers win in the same year? Ugh.
I'd be so I know, right? It would just be like the cheaters, and then... Well, I didn't mind the Lakers winning after. I was like, okay, Kobe's pretty great. I love Kobe. The Gentleman is a band. Okay, so let's talk about fantasy football according to Nathan Weller, and then we'll ride off into the sunset. So, holy shit. Trade Mike Trout is projected to get 59 points this week. That means that, to me, that means we have not looked at our lineup yet. So let's take a gander, shall we? Whoa! Look how red it turned. State Farm says I got players on a buy. You know, I got a State Farm quote today, and it was $100 more than I'm paying right now for my insurance. And I was like,
fuck you.
Well, I told the guy, I was like, look, this is one of these online insurers. I plugged in everything I needed, and they gave me a great rate. And he was just trying to do the classic, well, you know, State Farm offers this and this and this and this. And I told him, here's where I need to be. So after he gave me the quote, he was like, are you interested? And I go, kinda, but let me just make sure how much I'm actually paying. And I'm paying $168. So he gave me $255. I'm like, dude, I can't make that switch. Like, if he would come down to $200, I would pay the difference. I'd be like, yeah, that's great. I want to be with State Farm. That makes sense. I want to be, but you know what the difference is? I'm with Cover Insurance, and he says I've never heard of that. And I go, yeah, well, they don't pay. I go, they don't pay Patrick Mahomes money to make commercials. Fucker. They don't have Chris Paul in every commercial. So, okay, let's go through the lineup here. Teddy Bridgewater against Chicago sounds a little risky. I'm going to bring back Aaron Rodgers, even though he's not favorable against Tampa Bay. I like that matchup. I'm liking Teddy Bridgewater. I know I was giving you shit for it a few weeks ago because you were like, Teddy Bridgewater's great. It's like, no, he's not. They're 0-2. Now they're 3-2.
Now he's your fucking starting quarterback.
Now he's my backup.
Son of a bitch.
So let's go with my receivers. DJ Chark is a lock. DK Metcalf is on a bye like an asshole. I really was relying. He's great. I love DK Metcalf. So
you're getting hit hard with buys. Metcalf, Kamara,
whatever. I'm fine. Don't even look at that. Deebo Samuel, I have not started him once this season. However, Jimmy Garoppolo looked like a big pile of dog shit smothered in peanut butter this past week. Like, I really was not impressed. Yeah, Quigley says throw T.Y. in there. T.Y., though, has also been a letdown. And when I watched him play, I watched a lot of this game on Sunday. Like, he just doesn't look like him and Phillip are on the same page. Now, he did get 10 targets, which is favorable for me, and I like that. And I don't really have any other receivers anyway. I think Debo's going to go in. What do you think, Debo or T.Y.?
Ooh, I have Debo too. I've had T.Y. in the past. He's done. Go fucking Debo. Just do it. Go Debo.
Debo's going to have Jalen Ramsey all over him, like chocolate on peanut butter. I think I'm going to go T.Y. Hilton. And this is always subject to change because I haven't even looked at the waiver wire. I mean, there could be.
His highest projected is this fucking week for the entire year.
Who, Debo?
Yeah, look at it.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what that's about. I don't know why. I don't know why they're doing that to us. Let's sort this by week 6 projection because this is a 1 week guy. Oh, Jerry Judy's on the block and he's anticipated to get more than 10, which is favorable. That's more than T.Y. He's playing New England and it's Denver. How are they projecting 10 points to this guy? I mean, I guess he gets targets. He only got 4 though against New York, and New York sucks.
That's why I hate Yahoo.
Deontay Johnson has lost his job, I'm pretty sure. I didn't get Chase Claypool in this league. I think that's why I'm fucked. Jeff Smith. No, there's really nobody here that's worth picking up to just throw in for 1 week. Okay, let's go back to my team. We're gonna go T.Y. Hilton. He got more targets. I don't believe this. He's projected at 10, which is good. I mean, that's about where Debo was at. Debo is at 10, so let's go with T.Y. Now, this is going to be the fun part. Kenyon Drake is moving into a starting role. Chris Carson is on a bye, so that means Myles Gaskin is coming in. The flex is going to suck because the flex is either Rex Burkhead or Debo. So guess what? Debo gets to play anyway. See? Problem solved. This is going to be great. Arizona at Dallas. They have Andy Dalton. No, you got to go with Denver against the fucking backup, right? Denver against a backup? Are you kidding me? This team is so set. This team's 4-1. This team can't lose. That's not quorum. This is my paid league. $50. This is important. I better fucking win this thing. Let's look. Cam Newton is the starting quarterback. He's back from COVID, projected to get 21. I got a text from him. He says, Ryan, I feel great. No lasting effects from coronavirus. I said, great. Odell Beckham just went home with the flu. He'll be fine. He'll be playing. Get some Gatorade. He'll be all right. Stephon Diggs has been really good for me. I like having him in the lineup against Kansas City because I watched Henry Ruggs destroy Kansas City on one play. Joe Mixon's going to get the start at running back. He's kind of hit or miss, but he picked it up in the fourth quarter. Myles Gaskin, who I really enjoy, he's playing the Jets. How do you not go with Myles Gaskin against the Jets? Evan Ingram because Hunter Henry is on a bye. And then the double flex, I got Devin Singletary and Kenyon Drake. My other options are only Chase Claypool is a serious option. I'm contemplating putting him over Kenyon Drake. Because Claypool had that really big, exciting week with 4 touchdowns. But that doesn't happen 2 weeks in a row, does it?
Anything could happen this year. It's fucking COVID, man.
What do you think of Chase Claypool? Is he for real, or is this like a 1 week kind of deal?
It's a 1 week.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go with Kenyon Drake to play in there, and then my defense, as always. New England's playing Denver. I'm going to go with New England over Indiana. This is like the only year I've ever had two defenses because I love it. Got two good defenses. It's outstanding. I've never had this situation before. Let's go to the most racist team in all of fantasy football, the Redskins. And let's see who we can get going here. Cam Newton again, Odell Beckham again, DJ Chark again, Joe Mixon again. Mark Andrews as my tight end. I don't think I can go wrong there. I have Jamison Crowder in the flex. Yeah, I mean, based on my bench, I mean, Robert Tonyan is only projected to get 6 points, which is sad because last week he got or 2 weeks ago he got 30, and the week before that he got 13. You would think he's starting to get projected at, he's averaging a touchdown a week. Like, I don't know why he's still projected to only get 6 because he's against Tampa Bay, because even on these next weeks he's up at 9. So there must be something special about Tampa Bay that does not allow any points for tight ends. They got Levante David. Maybe that's the only thing they need. I'm going to stick with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I don't give a shit about that other guy they just got. The Dallas defense is starting in my league. Is there any other defenses I can get? I don't want the Dallas.
As we're on, I just picked up a defense in every league because I got shit matchups.
Yeah, there's no need for me to stick with them. Let's go. Who's going to get? Let's play the matchups. Week 16 projections. This is how I said it, folks. I don't always trust projections, but it at least helps to show. I just need to see the matchups. So I like Carolina at Chicago. Yes, not that much. I kind of don't like the first 4. I mean, Tennessee against Houston. That's Deshaun Watson. San Francisco on a Sunday night game against the Rams. But I gotta put in a waiver for that. I want to get him. I want to get somebody now. Detroit against Jacksonville is interesting. Gardner Minshew kind of turns the ball over a lot. For a guy who I actually like, he doesn't really play very well. You know what I mean? They've been shit. Man. They've been getting run over 4 weeks, not going with it. But they're coming off a bye. This could be that one random week they have a good showing. Wow, there's no good defenses out here, man. This is a fucking shit show. Raiders are on a bye. I would have got them. Let's go. Shit. Detroit, Nathan, what do you think? Detroit. He's right. I don't want Dallas's, though. Dallas against Arizona just seems like a bad idea. Although Dallas is projected to get more points. But they suck.
Don't believe Yahoo projections are the fucking
Let's go
worst.
with Detroit. We're doing it. Detroit's the safe bet here. Detroit against Jacksonville. I love Gardner Minshew, but this is a perfect game for Detroit to come in and fuck shit up. And then I like everyone else on that roster. So this lineup is set. Let's go here to the important one. This is the gridiron. I've done some dumb things, and I'll do dumb things again. I'm 3-2. I'm in third place, which isn't bad.
Well, I'm 3-2 also, but my points for are terrible.
You still trying to trade Mahomes for a first-round pick next season?
Multiple first-round picks, yeah. Do it right now. I'll send it over.
Deshaun Watson is my starting quarterback. I think my backup is Cam. I'm going with Cam against Denver. I don't like fucking Denver at all. No, they don't even have Vonnie football, right? Is Vontae Miller still hurt?
Dude,
Von Miller.
He got hurt on the last play of the last day of training camp.
I thought they were like undecided if they were going to do surgery or not. Travis Kelce is staying. DJ Chark is staying. Todd Gurley's been looking kind of good, man. I know Atlanta's Atlanta, but Keith Smith has actually been doing a good job for our good friend Todd Gurley. Clyde Edwards, hilarious. And Myles Gaskin. Now on the bench, I have Kenyon Drake and Devin Singletary and Jarvis Landry. Any of those three guys could play.
I'm playing fucking Ayako this week.
I stomped on Ayako.
I am projected to win 70% to 30%.
I beat Ayako 145 to 128. Dumb things again.
I feel for her, though, because every person on her bench is either on IR or not playing this week.
Yeah, hey, we topped our expectations, right? That's all that mattered. Top player comparison, Deshaun Watson put up 33. DK Metcalf put up 27. Travis Kelce put up 24. Like I said, Todd Gurley had a big game with 24.
Okay, you get that I beat Kevin by 10 points, and I benched 2 players before the game started just to guarantee my win.
He beat the shit out
I
of you.
didn't start AJ Brown.
Why didn't you do that? You weren't interested?
I was already winning and he had nobody playing, so I just benched him.
I balled out.
to be a dick.
He was like, whatever, man. Yeah, Trump
You
train.
guarantee that win. I'm not trying to turn over.
Wow,
some
Ayako would have beat you. Poor Ayako. Yeah, she had a pretty high score compared to the rest of the fucks in here. Hampakas. Come on, guys. Yeah, there's a. So my team's looking good.
Okay, she would have beat me, but if I would have started my other 2 people, I would have dominated.
That's true. This is all true. The Trump train rolls on with a 3-2 record.
See, I'm squeaking out these wins. I
Yeah,
don't
you're
care
leaving.
about
You're
point
leaving
score.
empty spots. Look at
A
you.
win's a win.
You're that guy in the league, leaving empty spots. What's the matter with
Take
you?
the guaranteed win all day.
Because you were already winning, so you just pulled them out. You were like, I don't want any negative points.
Yeah, so before I pulled them out, I had a 98% chance of winning. And then after I pulled them out, I had a 100% chance.
They really were giving him 2% chance that AJ Brown
Yeah.
would put up negative 12 points.
Well, no, I had AJ Brown and the Chargers defense.
That one might have actually hurt you, the Chargers defense. Matt or Nathan Weller says we got to check the standings. Good call. Let's look at our standings real quick to really see how we're matching up. The standings. Thanks for Life at 4-1 is holding that lead strong. He's made 11 moves. I've only made 2 moves. I'm keeping my moves to a minimum. Look at Matty Spice over here, Mr. 41 moves. Some people say that's dedication. I call that indecision.
Oh, dude, last year, I should have fucking won my other league last year. I did 150 waiver
But that's
wire
not
moves.
good. Why are you making so many moves?
Dude,
no decisiveness.
I drafted Drew Brees early, and that just fucked. I started a different quarterback every week.
If you're looking for a fella to fight him, I'll fight him.
Imagine Tweak. He's ready to fight somebody. But yeah, Tebow Time's got a lot of moves. Kevin's got 10 moves. I have 2 right now. I'm keeping it low. I've made a bunch of trades, though, so I haven't made a lot of waiver wire moves. But yeah, the amount of trades I've done is up there compared to what I normally do. We had 2 different ties. Bengals got grit tied twice.
Yeah. 2 weeks in a row.
That's outstanding. Good for you, Bengals got grit. That's important.
But I don't get how 1, 2, and 2 is better than 2 and 3. I don't understand.
I never will understand how they rank ties.
They care about wins, not less losses.
They care about wins, and then they really don't like losses. Ties are in the middle for some reason, where it's like, I'd rather have more wins. Second place, baby, for Nathan Weller. He's hanging in there with beats by Andre. So
you cannot let a fucking Australian come in the top half of this league.
Australian rules football is real, dude. I'm telling you.
Oh, he showed me.
Yeah.
It's legit.
It's nuts. Don't fuck around with it.
You get a lot of hawkas in there.
Dude, a lot of hand packers. So everybody, thank you so much for coming in and kicking it with us. We've had an amazing time tonight, but it is about that time to ride off into that glorious, that sweet, sweet, sweet sunset. We need to get out of here. Aussie rules football. Ted Lasso, by the way, everybody. Watch it. It's so good. He gave this speech on one episode that was like supposed to be a joke, and it was so good. It made me, I was crying. I love it. That show puts you in so many vulnerable spots. You're like, oh my gosh, how have I not been watching this show my entire life? So until the day that I'm dead, my name is Ryan Van Vliet. Keep in mind that tomorrow night is SmackDown, and immediately following
If you're
SmackDown,
looking for a fella to fight him,
I'll fight him.
I'll fight him.
And just keep. Thank you so much, Quigley Johnson. Yeah. Hero of Sin lost his Vleet badge. I don't know how that works.
Vleeties is rating with a party of 13. What is going on, bro?
He's not wrong. He's not wrong about that. I do have the AJ Styles sounder saved. I just got to put it up. Yeah.
If you're looking for a fella to fight him, I'll
fight him. I'm a little worried about ending because now that Imagine Tweak's playing Sounders, I feel like we should just stay until he's out of money, until he's out of bits, until Darcy runs out of bits. But no, it's time to write off. It's late here, it's late there, it's late everywhere.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. These hooks got me scoring. See me coming from afar.
Rapping in France, I never need advance. I'm switching it up like I'm trans.
Go beyond!
Yeah! Amazing! It's 3:30 p.m. where Nathan is, so I guess he wants us to keep going. He wants us to keep rolling. So In other news, no, I'm just kidding. It's time to go, everybody. Thank you so much for coming in, hanging out. Why is everything shaking? Because we're going beyond. Pause. Shake my whole screen. Let me get
I
it
just
right.
shook my camera.
Thank you so much, Imagine Tweak, for the boom, bro. Maddie Spice, living the dream, my friend. I don't know why I said his name, but it's important. Imagine Tweak is living that sweet, sweet dream. So, everybody, thank you so much for coming in, hanging out. Kevin will be live tomorrow immediately following SmackDown. So, make sure that you're subscribed, following twitch.tv/TWFS so you do not miss the second he goes live. And everybody, make sure to have a good, safe weekend. I voted. You should vote too. You have to be registered. I think you can't do late registration, right? This isn't Kanye West.
Just fucking be there before the 3rd, damn it.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. Just be there before the 3rd. So everybody have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you next time. I'll be in the chat tomorrow night for Kevin.
Can was needed, not wanted.
Thank you, sir.
Gonna push it over the wire. Perfect timing, tight as a drum. You find the battles already won. I'm taking hold of every moment, given strength by the breath of life. I'm gonna stake my claim. I'll fight to
If you're looking for a fella to fight him, I'll fight him.
Is Tyler Spide alive or is he not?
He said he is.
Hey, if you're looking for a fella to fight him, I'll fight him.
Hey, he's playing. Thank you, Magic Tweak.
Now's my chance to live my dream. I'm taking hold of every moment, given strength by the breath of life. Now for a listen. Stay my claim. I'll fight to survive.
Go beyond. Plus.
And the raid goes now.